Hey guys. Hey everyone. Am I in the right stream? Can you guys hear me? This is so weird. I don't know what's going on with my channel. It's the strangest thing. I guess YouTube may be updated. Did YouTube update? Can somebody tell me if YouTube updated or something? Can y'all see me or only hear me? Can y'all see me? Literally YouTube is doing the craziest things lately. I literally YouTube updated. That makes a lot of daggum sense. I think YouTube updated when I was trying to go live earlier. Because it was we can see and hear you. I see you. All right, thank you. Thank you. Anyways, I figured we would just do like a regular hangout stream. I did a member stream last night where we finished the book. Such a good book. It is literally Jeanette McCurdy from Sam and Cat, our Carly. She literally has such a sense of humor. She's so funny. If she don't want to be in the entertainment industry as far as an actress, um, she could. That's weird. Do you guys see that? Is it just me seeing that? She could always become a freaking comedian because the girl's hilarious. She is super funny. The book is really good. But unfortunately, she does dive into a lot of trauma, a lot of abuse, a lot of things that went on, not just in her childhood, but even after she become adult, dealing with anorexic, being anorexic, bulimic, and bulimia, and bulimic, being anorexic and bulimic, dealing with anorexia and bulimia. Um, you know, it's a good book. I do have a link, I think, in my description box. You can get it off Amazon, and if you use my link, it's an affiliate link. So I think I would get like 10 cents if you order the book through my affiliate link, something ridiculous like that. I got an email the other day like, fill out your paperwork to be paid by Amazon. So I went to see how much I've made, and it's like $6. Which it does show you like how much sales they've made. It is really cool. Um, Another thing I need to check is my Teesprings, which I need to work on Teesprings. I really do. I haven't done anything with Teesprings in quite a while. I need to work on my merchandise. So I have, let's see, 142 dollars uh in revenue, like in revenue for Amazon. $142 um that has been sold through Amazon using my affiliate link. $142. I have made $4.58. Maybe one day. Maybe one day it'll be enough to where I might get paid by it. But anyways, really good book, you guys. Leah Messer's book, Hope, Grace, and Faith, is a good book as well. Also have that one. But anyways, I figured we would just chit chat tonight. What do you guys want to talk about? I know there's a lot going on with AWP. There's a lot going on with the Quentin Simon. Well, not a whole lot. It's just turned into a really crap show, and the focus has really been taken away from Quentin Simon. It's very sad. Um, I really need to start working on my Teesprings, but I just never have time. I got to get back in my emails too and respond to several emails. Oh, wrong one. Selling my big Christmas tree. I'm pretty sure it's 9 foot. Bought it from Hobby Lobby last year. $150. Paid 400. Wow, that's wild. I really thought that Cher would probably try to strike my video, but thankfully so far she hasn't. Like I said, if she does, I will absolutely appeal it and I would think that I would win. I wouldn't really know how I wouldn't win. You never know with YouTube. I've been an AWP fan for 2.5 years. We could read comments, but I was going to say mean comments, but I don't get a ton of them. I really don't get a ton of mean comments, but sometimes the ones that I do get, they're I'm trying to so anyways, what do you guys want to talk about? I'm kind of in this mood, man. I'm not even going to lie. I'm in this mood. I feel like I am under attack. And I don't even know if I should talk about it because I want to trust the people that come in my chat so bad, but I know I have hate watchers. I know that there are people that even though I've done nothing to them, like people that dislike me because unfortunately they didn't agree with the way that I was going with my channel. They didn't agree with me making amends with somebody, or they didn't agree with me covering a certain topic because they didn't like one of the people that was a part of the topic. You know, it caused any into, or they didn't like that I questioned somebody. That I said, I don't know if I believe that. It's so crazy because I can support these people and I have been friends with these people. And there were times they said things I didn't like. There were times they said things I didn't agree with, but never did I stop being friends with them on account of me disagreeing with them. I can't name one person I've ever stopped being friends with because I disagreed with them. Want to know why? Because I'm grown. I'm grown. Um, they're still talking about that stupid email. It's so ridiculous. Like it's just beyond me. Um, look what I just did because I'm always talking to you. Not be LB. um, I'm here just a bit tired today. How was your daughter's birthday? I hope y'all had a good birthday. I really feel like my channel is under attack. It's kind of gotten me in a mood, and I'm not gonna lie, y'all. When people like dislike me so much and they say things about me, like I want to be like, what did I do to you though? Like, have I ever cursed you? Have I ever called you names? Have I ever went after you? Because here's the thing, my ex, people, friends, a lot of them went after me. A lot of those people have went after me. When our friendships came to an end, they went after me.
Did you have the heater on?
I did because it was cold a while ago, babe. You want to come? You come sit by me. It was cold a while ago. Come feel my leg.
It's hot in here.
Come feel my leg.
Oh, that's so good.
It's so crazy, and y'all know what? Y'all want to know something that's super crazy?
What's super crazy?
Look at Kenny's little chair. She was in here the other day with me. So, I had the wildest thing. When I started my channel, I didn't have moderators because I knew nothing about it. I knew nothing about moderators or needing baby, I can't fix your hair because I don't know why.
That's good. You did a good job.
Not really. It's sticking up over here, but
it's all right. It's all right.
look this way.
Did you lick?
Yeah, I did. You're making it worse. Stop. Crazy.
Stop licking my hair. Putting spit in my hair.
All
right. Alright, that's good enough.
Sometimes I'm like, I should get my mama on my channel, my siblings on my
Messed
channel.
it up.
I'm sorry.
There we go.
Thank you.
That's good.
Gotcha, girl. You are literally the only YouTuber commentator that I can stand watching. The others just get on my nerves. It's like they're super fake and on their high horse.
Yeah. I know what you're talking about. Like when you watch a channel and they're constantly lecturing everybody on what's acceptable.
Yeah. This is Mr. B, Mr. Elle Bee. I like to call him Mr. Elle Bee.
Here, is that her husband?
Yeah, it's my Mr. Elle Bee.
Yeah, I look better with a hat on though. I should go get a hat.
No, you look fine, babe.
I look rough.
So when I started my channel, funny story, I knew nothing. I started my channel in my bathroom closet, and you know what's crazy is I'm sitting here thinking, I'm going to tell this story, and then they're going to take this story and pick on me about it.
Who cares? Who's they?
You know who I'm talking about.
Man, who cares? Don't even worry about them. They're non-factors, seriously.
But it's twisted, and it's lies, and they take everything that I say, and... Like, a part of me wants to, like, sit here and name them and be like, F you, F you, F you, F you. Because none of these people did I ever do anything to. And I'm, like, struggling, you know?
Don't worry about it. Man, don't worry about it. Like, seriously, these people are non-factors. The bigger you get, you're always going to have these, like, they're like parasites.
No, I can take criticism. Like, I can take people saying, like, I don't like her. Like, somebody, like, doing what he's doing.
Making up lies about you constantly. Yeah, like, that's the thing, like, it's not criticism. It's literally everything that she does or says. She has these people. Uni Rock is the main one who makes up lies about her all the time.
I literally watched his video last night because I'm reporting him. I am. He's bullying me, and I'm sick of it.
Like,
I try not to talk about him. Like, I try not to talk because I started my YouTube channel and I didn't even, like, need it for money. Like, Sean, like, worked at the time. Sean used to be an assistant driller making, like, $10,000 to $12,000 a month. We were fine. But when the oil field crashed,
don't cry, because then
I know that's the sad thing, is that's the world that we live in, and he's a part of the problem. Like, we live in a world where people are assholes, you know, and they pick on people. And I don't care. People can criticize me all day long. Like, that's fine with me. But, like, you know, like, even when I watched Billy Joe earlier and she was crying because of what she's going through, like, I felt for her. But I also want people to, like, I also, like, well, she does have to understand why people are upset with her, and if she could just acknowledge that, then I don't think people would be as upset with her. But, like, when I see people upset, that hurts my heart no matter what they're going through. You know, like, when I saw Billy Joe earlier, I was like, man, that sucks that she's so upset. But I'm not sitting here living in a house with somebody that's murdered someone. I've never ran a scam ever in my life.
People are upset with Billy Joe about things that are facts, right?
Yeah.
About things that they have done, because everybody, well, most normal people that have any decency feels a sense of wanting to protect children, right? That's how the human race has been alive. It has remained on the earth. Ever since the beginning, we have protected our children, right? So that's a natural instinct in most people to want to protect children. So when something happens to a child, then everybody gets pissed off about it. Like, when we were in Iraq and we were in combat constantly, we could not stand those people over there. These were terrorists that literally terrorized their own people, and committed like some of the worst crimes ever. But their kids were running on the street, playing in the street all the time. Yeah. Their kids were fascinated by us, and they ran up to us, and everybody had compassion for those kids. You know, we had little
Even
to
though
no.
those kids would eventually turn
Yeah, I
into
mean, they were
people
future
that y'all would
terrorists.
fight.
They were
Yeah.
future terrorists. You know, that's what they were. They were future. You know, their parents were while their dad was blowing us up with IEDs. You know, they're out there kicking the soccer ball we gave them.
Yeah, the soccer ball y'all gave them.
And eating candy that we had sent, because like when we were over there, everybody had people from home. Like when they asked us, "What do y'all need? What do y'all need?" Like we asked for like soccer balls and candy and stuff for the kids, because those kids didn't have nothing over there, man. You know, and like we constantly gave stuff out to the kids. Like we had compassion even in the middle of a war zone. And I remember I was like 19 years old in Iraq, and it kind of like struck me like how cold hearted we were when it came to the enemy and the adults and people that, you know, we lost any compassion we had, like, over time, you know, and we just tried to do the right thing. But when it came to the kids, like, we were extremely compassionate, you know. And so people naturally want to protect kids, even, you know, some of the hardest
I
men.
just feel like people's gonna be like, oh look, she's crying now, but earlier when, you know, Billy Joe was breaking down, it didn't bother her, which it did though. I felt for her. Like there's been a lot of times that I've felt bad for Billy Joe.
There's a legitimate reason.
Yeah, but I do want to
being upset with Billy Joe.
I want to explain why people are upset with Billy Joe in case she doesn't understand it. That way, maybe it could give her some understanding. Last night, y'all, and I don't want to cry because it irritates me. But was it last night that I stayed out here?
Yeah. Yeah, till like 2 in the morning.
No, that was the night before. But last night, I was getting my stuff ready for those streams. But last night, and I said, you know what? Because I've been hearing, I know that Uni Rock tells people that I vet bash, and then it was brought to my attention that Uni Rock took a tweet that I tweeted about and twisted it and is lying about what I said. He's saying that I used my job resources to look up people that had stolen our identities. That was not true. I did not do that. I didn't even work there when the people stole our identities and our money. I was literally just saying when I worked at the job.
Somebody fishing.
Yeah.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Sherry's here. She's just quiet. So, Sherry don't want to talk. So she's not going to talk. So, and I'm not being rude to you. I'm just saying she's not going to talk because I literally don't even. It's just, anyways. So it was brought to my attention that first off, Katie literally, not Katie, Uni Rock literally tagged the Chatham County Police Department when they put up a post on Twitter about the protesting. Uni Rock commented in it, and then tagged the Chatham County Police Department and said that's Molly Golightly, that's Elle Bee, that's Justice for All. This is what they do. They scam people. They run fraudulent fundraisers. That's what they do. And I'm like, I'm not even there. I've done nothing to make any money off this besides, you know, covering it. I'm not going out there. For the post on Twitter to be from a freaking police department saying like we're going to implement some like city ordinances to bring this to as much of a halt as we can because it's getting out of hand, and for him to tell them that I'm there when I'm not, that makes you a liar, Uni. It makes you a liar.
He has this following that believes everything
he said. It's so crazy, and I'm like, do they not check?
I mean, constantly lying. I mean, you just like I think he said something about like you posting something about Cate on your Twitter the other day.
I didn't. I haven't said anything about Cate on my Twitter.
He makes up the most random lies about stuff.
Now, if somebody says something about Cate, I might comment, but I'm not posting tweets about her. Like, I don't even know. Like,
I don't know.
Why are you watching my Twitter? Like, here's the thing with Uni Rock. Let me tell you guys. So, hold on. I'm going to go back to this story. When I started my channel, it was in my bathroom closet with an iPhone 8 that I bought. First, I didn't even have a mount for it. I had a magnet on the back of it, like this really pretty magnet, and I had a vanity that was metal.
Yeah.
So,
Move that vanity in there. We cleared it out. We
mhm.
moved the vanity in the closet.
Yep. So I literally put it on there, and I would film in my closet. We didn't need the money. We were okay financially. We were in bankruptcy. We had been in bankruptcy for 2.5 years at the point, when they brought up my bankruptcy in 2019, they tried to make it out like we had just filed or something. We had been in bankruptcy since 2016.
When
I
I
think it
got
was
laid off.
2016. Well, a year after he got laid off. So I think you got laid off in 2015. And then we lived for a year on like our savings and his 401k. And we live in such a small town. There was nowhere that he could get a job to bring in the money that he was making to pay the bills that we had accumulated. We had Paris, Caden, 5 kids at the time. I had a Yukon. He had a Ford F-250. Both of our vehicles were basically new. I had my car for like 2 years, maybe. I don't know. He had his truck for a year. I don't know. We had a nice house, and we have a nice house now. Our house now is nicer than it was, that one. But when he got laid off, we moved out of our house into a trailer, with our 4 kids. What's your old account, Goat? Goat, would she know it if you said it? So we filed bankruptcy. We filed bankruptcy before we even started missing payments because we didn't want to miss payments. We had done really good with our payments, so we
filed Chapter 7 too.
No, 13. We didn't file 13. Chapter 7. Don't get it twisted.
I'm sorry. We filed whichever one it was to keep your stuff, right? So we kept it and we made notes on it. We made payments on it, right?
Yeah, we paid our payments.
But we don't have to explain all this to them. Like they said, like
I'm just saying.
Okay. All right.
I'm just saying. Like, so when I started my channel, we already in bankruptcy, but Sean had a decent job at the time. He was back in the oil field, but it was land. So I did not start it with the thought that, I want to get on here and make a ton of money. I didn't even think that I would ever really get any following. Like, I really didn't. So when I started getting the following, I thought, oh, wow, this is great, And I become monetized in 2 months. And I remember looking it up when I started gaining traction about a month and a half into it. And I was like, wow, maybe one day I could get, make money on this, and that would be great for our family. So I Googled how long does it take to be monetized on YouTube. And it couldn't tell me an exact answer because there is no exact answer. It's different for everyone. But it said for most people it takes about a year. So I was like, oh, okay. I literally got monetized like the next week or something. It was crazy, My channel went off like that. I went from 0 to 10,000 followers in 3 months. So anyways, Sean got laid off from the land rig, and he is a veteran, so he does draw, a veteran's check, disability. And then I started making money on my YouTube. So when he got laid off in the oil field, and the fact that I was bringing in money, it kind of, we weren't like destitute or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Like, so when me and Katie had like, before I had mods, I was on a live stream one night, and it was like the first time I got trolls in, and I think it was Matt Craft that said, you need mods, and I said, what's that? And he told me, and I said, okay, yeah, I need mods, and I just started modding anybody, and I modded a 9-year-old kid. I didn't have the full understanding of these mods would literally work for my channel, and I would need to make sure they weren't 9-year-old kids, I ended up in time making a mod chat through Facebook. I got everybody's names. We added each other on Facebook, and we all become really good friends. Like I still have some of my original mods. Matt's not around a lot, but Matt is still one of my mods. Candy is one of my originals. My sister was one of my originals too, but she kind of went away from YouTube when everything happened with April. Why did Sherry send the? What I'm confused on why Sherry keeps getting brought up. I'm so confused. Sherry didn't send a super chat.
I don't know. I mean, like,
so I developed a friendship with these moderators and a pretty close friendship where I talked to them a good bit. The one that and Candy back then was the more quieter one. She's just very laid back, very quiet. One of the nicest people you'll ever have the honor of getting to know. But back then, another moderator really kind of latched on to me, and we become really good friends. And there was an occasion where me and Sean got into an argument because I went to Walmart and I was gone for a while, and he was having a heck here with the kids, and it was an argument that happened. Um, and I told my moderator, the one that I was close to, about it, and anyways, there was this back and forth between me and Katie, and I told these moderators everything about my life, my kids. Uh, yeah, why are YouTubers researching other YouTubers' financial records? It's sus AF. Yeah, I don't know.
and look, we know a lot of stuff too. Like we've had, like, it's crazy because just real quick, I'll let her get back to her story, but it's crazy because there are subscribers of hers that will, like, because people are talking crap about her, that will dig into these people. Like, and they'll contact her and be like, this is what I found out. Like, so we know stuff about these people that's private information somewhat, and we don't blast it out because we don't feel like it's right. You know what I'm saying? It's just, it's not right. Even though people have, like, and, we would have to believe whatever people say, but, I mean, sometimes they send pictures or whatever, There's people out there that are L's
that have contacted me.
Yeah, like, we don't even know these people. We don't ask them to do anything, but they have dug into these people because of who they are and how they talk crap about everybody. But either way, go back to your story.
Thank you. So I shared pictures of my kids with these people. Like when Dakota's eyes swole up, like I put a picture in the chat and was like, "Oh my God, look at his eyes, you guys." So
You thought they were your friends?
I thought they were my
like
friends, real friends.
Yeah.
And we were in this mod group together. And I think it was like the second time that I forgave Katie. Like me and Katie were going back and forth. And I told my moderators, Katie just kept on saying that I was doing XYZ. And I said, you know what, you guys? If you see Katie saying anything about me anywhere, screenshot it. I want it. I am done with Katie. I'm putting it out there that I'm done with her. And then somehow me and Katie ended up on the phone like the next day. And I'm a pretty forgiving person. Even if I really dislike you, if you get me on the phone and you sell me a good line, I believe it. And it really resonated with me that, what she said about her son, because I have a son that's autistic. So I was like, we were on the phone for 3 hours that night. And Flossie, my sister, who was also a mod, messaged me in the middle of it. And I told her I was on the phone with Katie. And she said, do the other mods know? And I said, no. And she said, do you want me to tell them? I said, please do. I just hadn't had the chance. I mean, literally.
You do know this person, don't you? You know them pretty well?
No, I don't know. I mean, I do now. She's been emailing me. I haven't got to email her back.
Yeah, but you know who she is. She tells
yeah.
Her. Yeah. I'm confused on what's going on.
So anyways, I was literally like outside trying to talk to her, and I didn't trust her because I had seen Katie have discussions with people and then twist the discussions. So to protect myself, I did record the call. So I'm like trying to record so I'm not going in and out to text the mods. So I told Flossie too. Flossie was already texting me. So I just said, yeah, please let them know. So she let my mods know that I was on the phone with Katie, and they were kind of up in arms. What? what is she doing? Is she crazy? And they got really upset. Not all of them. They got really upset that I was on the phone with Katie. And they're just, going back and forth. Like, please tell me she's not forgiving her. And Flossie's like, well, I think this is a good step in the right direction. Elle Bee's really just about her channel. She doesn't want to get caught up in this back and forth drama. So I really think she's just doing this, even though, she don't care for Katie. She's doing this because she thinks this is what she needs to do, to get away from any drama with another creator. I didn't have drama with other creators. It's like the first time I ever had anything like this happen. So I forgave her. By the time I got off the phone and into the mod chat, mod chat, it was just chaos. Everybody's mad. Oh, Elle Bee wants mods that have no brain to think for themselves. If that's the type of mods that she wants, we ain't it. It got like they were all like up in arms about it. That my sister Flossie said, well, if it's gonna be like that, like I can mod for her. Like we don't, we don't need anybody else to mod. If they're gonna be mad because this is the decision that you're making to forgive Katie, and Flossie did say that. Like if this is how y'all are gonna react to her running her channel the way that she feels is the best way to run it by forgiving someone, then I'll mod for you and I'll be your only mod. Well, then one of them was like, we never said that we wouldn't mod, and she's like, well, no, but the other one said that she wants mods that are brain dead, essentially. It was just this, and Flossie said, listen, we're Christians here. Like, this is what we do. We do forgive. Like, it's kind of a part of how we were raised and what we believe in. We forgive people. And another mod was like, the Bible says you have to ask for forgiveness to be forgiven. And Flossie's like, no, that's not what the Bible says. My Bible says you forgive people without them asking for forgiveness. You forgive them for yourself. And it was this back and forth over what the Bible said, and the girl told Flossie, show me what your Bible says then. And Flossie says, will do, and shows her, a scripture to prove Flossie's point. And Flossie says, well, where's yours, and she didn't post a picture of her Bible because, well, she couldn't, because it doesn't say that in the Bible, that you only forgive people if they ask for forgiveness. So it was literally this, and I'm literally sending audios crying. I'm like, y'all, I did what I thought was best. Like, I don't want to have a channel where I'm back and forth with someone. I had no idea you guys were going to get upset with me and be in here talking about me like this. Like, thank you, Renelle. Thank you. And Renelle, keep doing what you're doing. I love watching your videos where you call this jackass out. I really do.
And then you found out, that they had a chat.
That night,
what?
The mod that I was the closest with started a group chat. I think it was the mod that I was the closest with. Started a group chat with all of the mods except me and Flossie. And was talking about the situation. And basically they were in there talking about me and Flossie. And I think Flossie's weight got brought into it. Just really griping about us. And so anyways, one of the mods ended up coming to me and saying, no, actually nobody even came to me and told me that there was another chat. I figured it out because I go to bed and I'm like sending screen record, and I don't remember everything like the way that it went, but I'm sending audios and I'm crying and I'm like, you know what, I'm going to bed, and I go to bed and like chat's quiet. The next day, chat's quiet, and I'm like, that's really strange. You can't tell me they're not talking to each other.
Yeah, because it used to go off. I mean, it was
20. I had one mod that worked nights, and it went off so much during the day that she had to turn the notifications off because she slept during the day. And then one of those older mods back then got mad because that mod wasn't in the chat as much as everybody else, and she was like, well, excuse me, I work at night and I'm asleep during the day, and you guys talk 24/7. And they got mad and convinced me to boot that mod because she was rude, and I'm like, really? I was a pushover with that because she wasn't rude. She just worked nights and was asleep during the day, and they did talk a lot, which was fine. But for her, she had to turn the notifications off, and she could only be in that chat when she could. And they took offense to that, and they were mad about that, So anyways, I was like, they're talking. So I went to someone, and one of the mods, that I trusted. Honestly, I trusted all of them before that, but then I started questioning things, and I said, "Is there another chat or something?" And at first, the person said no, and I said, "Listen, I know there is. There is no way y'all are not talking about what's happening. Like, either y'all are reaching out to each other individually, which is a-okay if that's happening. If you guys are all talking individually, I get it. But if you guys have made another group without me and Flossie, I don't know how I feel about that. You know what I'm saying?"
Yeah, I mean, why would they, right?
Yeah. So finally, the person said, "Yeah, there is another group. I'm sorry, but there is, and it was started last night, and this is what was said." And I said, "I don't even care." I said, "I don't even care. Don't tell me what was said." And even though I said like I don't care, I started getting screenshots, and like I said, there was comments made really griping about me and Flossie, saying Flossie was like trying to boss everybody around, and she really didn't. She just wasn't going to stand for anybody trying to boss me around.
Yeah, look. Nanette Elle has always been a pushover. I mean, always. Like, me and her have had problems in our marriage because she's so nice that she wouldn't tell people no about things.
I would loan money to people.
I mean, when we first got married, I made pretty good money, and like some of her family, not all of her family, some of her family constantly wanted to borrow money from us and never paid money back. And it caused us a lot of problems because I would be going to work and she could not tell them no. I mean, she's always been that way, but Flossie is not.
No.
Flossie is not a pushover.
And Flossie has always been
protective
over me.
Yeah, Flossie is going to protect Elle, and like Flossie is not a pushover at all. She's the opposite of a pushover. Like, she's not going to look for any trouble, but she ain't going to take no crap either. And
Flossie has done that from day one.
So
we would be in middle school, and if somebody said something to me, Flossie was ready to fight them.
Y'all had a big falling out either way.
And we did. Yeah, we're sisters. We had a big falling out.
No,
that was part. I thought you were
talking
about me and Flossie because I'm like, yeah, and they brought that up, and that's something that pisses me off too. But anyways,
I'm talking about you and the mods, like.
So anyways, that really hurts me. Here's the thing: so then I ask all of them in the group. I'm like, so is there another chat that I don't know about? No, every one of them. And then I reach out to the woman, to the one that was my best friend through all of it, privately. Or actually, she messaged me and said, "Hey, I'm like cleaning my landlord's house, but when I get home, I need to talk to you." And I told Flossie was here. I said, she's going to tell me. Her name, I'll just call her Emmy, was my mod that I was super close to. I said, Emmy's going to tell me. I said, Emmy texted me and said that when she gets home, she's got to talk to me. Emmy's going to tell me. I know she is. Because she was the one that I was the closest with at the time. That's not what Emmy had to tell me. And when I asked Emmy, is there another group? No. I said, do you promise? I promise. At this point, I'd already seen screenshots of it. So this is what I considered basically to be my main mod because she was the one that I was the closest with, telling me no after I've seen screenshots of her in that chat talking. And I'm like, wow, that's strange. That she would do that. Like, I literally knew. I told Flossie that she was going to tell me. So they all say no. Everybody's like, no. Candy didn't say nothing. Candy didn't say nothing. I ended up reaching out to her privately, and she's like, listen, I didn't want to hurt your feelings, But anyways, one of them essentially messaged me privately and said, listen, I don't want to be a mod anymore. Or actually, she did this the night that I made amends with Cate before I sent all the crying voicemails and went to bed. Before the other group chat was made, the night that I made amends with Cate, one of the mods emailed me and said, I'm not going to be a mod for somebody that's friends with Cate. I don't like Cate, and anybody that likes her, I basically don't want to have anything to do with him, And I'm not going to be friends with someone that lets their sister talk to me the way that your sister talked to me. Or I'm not going to be, treated that way that your sister treated me. And my sister did nothing but take up for me against all these people that was like, coming at me for literally forgiving Cate. Was it a dumb decision to forgive Cate? No, it wasn't. Not back then. I don't think it was. I forgave Cate 3 times. And I think it took that for me to really see, okay, listen, this ain't me. There's nothing I can do to make amends with this woman. Like, she's just, you can't be friends with her. You know, I can say honestly, I tried to have a decent relationship with Cate, or even a civil work relationship with Cate. You know what I'm saying? Because we were both on YouTube, whatever, covering the same content. So, anyways, I told the woman, the mod though, that night when she said she couldn't be a mod, blah 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 blah. I messaged her back and I said, I understand. I said I have no intentions on being friends with Cate. I just felt this was the best thing that I could do. You know, I don't want any drama. So, you know, I choose to forgive her and move on. And I get it, like you're upset. And I said my last thing was, if you ever want to come back to my channel, it's open for you. You can come back. That was the last thing that I said to her. Then the next day, all this stuff comes out about the mod chat, and I'm just heartbroken. So I had the one leave the night of, because I made amends with Cate, and because my sister, she didn't like the way my sister talked to her. And then I had the other one leave because she said in the Bible it says you were to only forgive if they ask for forgiveness, and my sister proved her wrong, and that ticked her off, and she left. And then when I found out about the mod chat and the one that I was the closest with that didn't tell me the truth, and I said, like, I'm hurt, I'm mad that you did not tell me the truth. I've trusted you out of everybody the most to tell me the truth. She bounced, right? Whatever. I'm left with 2 mods at this point. Well, no, actually I'm left with Matt, Candy, and Flossie. So I'm left with 3 mods. Sean wasn't a mod back then.
CC wasn't a mod?
No, CC wasn't a mod either. So 3 out of 3. Not long after that, I added CC as a mod. When I added CC as a mod, one of the old mods messaged her and told her, oh, Matt used to talk crap about you in our mod chat back in the day. Be careful, Matt. Actually, Matt thought CC was hot. And that's why he used to talk about her, because he thought she was hot. Also, Matt has someone in his life that he still cares a lot about. It's an ex-girlfriend. The same mod reached out to Matt's ex-girlfriend. Or wait, no, she threatened to. She sent like me or Matt a picture and said she would reach out to the ex-girlfriend, because Matt had went on a date with the ex-girlfriend, and Matt was asking us, like, what should I do? What should I say? You know, like, just asking for advice from women. What to do, yeah. Like, what to do, because he really cared for this ex-girlfriend a lot. So he was still, like, you know, he was nervous, and he asked, and he told us, you know, like, well, she said XYZ. Do you guys believe her? Like, do you guys think she's, like, not into me? What? So we were, you know, giving him a lot of advice, and it was back, you know, when I still had all the mods. So when the mods quit, they just got so messy. They messaged CC talking about Matt talk crap about you, blah, 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 blah. And then they messaged, I think it was either me. Yeah, I think it was me.
I think they just did a lot of messy
It was
stuff.
so
it was
crazy.
I mean, like,
I ended up getting invited on Katie's channel one night, like a couple nights later, over some like big teen mom gossip or whatever. She invited me on, and I felt, you know what? I don't want to be friends with her, but to show her that I'm cool, and to show our audience, because we had a lot of the same audience.
Yeah, we're neck and neck. Like, she had like maybe 1,000 more subs than you, or 2,000 or something. I don't know.
So I get on with Cate, and we're talking about it.
Like right there, even with each other almost, you know.
And the mod that left me because I made amends with Cate was in the chat. And she would go in Cate's chats all the time. She would always be in Cate's streams. The reason why is because she would screen record them if Cate said something contradicting something that she had said before. You know what I'm saying? So she watched, it was like a hate watch thing that she did with Cate, whatever. She was also in a Facebook group that was like a Facebook group that like exposed Cate. She was like an admin in it or whatever. So anyways, I see her in the chat, and I know what she's there for. I know she's there watching, like hate watching. I didn't say anything. So we're sitting there, we're talking. And this ex-mod who just left like a week ago, and I told her, the last thing I said to her was, if you ever want to come back, you're more than welcome to. She starts saying, did Elle Bee tell you that the day before y'all made amends, she was telling us to get info on you? What I told them was, like, any messages, comments, Cate leaves anywhere, if she, because I knew the other woman watched her if she's on her channel saying XYZ about me, because I want people to see that Katie's not isn't nice to me like she acts like she is. It was mainly on Instagram, so people didn't see it. So, anyways, that's basically like comments or on Instagram things that she was saying. Get it? Because I want to have that as proof that she is not nice to me. Like her followers, if you didn't watch her on Instagram or keep up with her comments like on Twitter and stuff, you didn't know that she literally dogged me all the time on Instagram. So, anyways, she's like, "Did LB tell you that the night before she?" And what's so crazy is I did tell her that when I was on the phone with Katie. We actually both admitted things that we had done, being petty with each other. And I was like, yeah, I just kind of told my mods to get, if they could get any like recordings or screen captions of you like talking crap about me. I told my mods to kind of, hang on to those things or to get them or whatever. And she had done the same thing. She had literally told her mods to do the exact same thing. So when the person said that, did LB tell you? Okay, did LB tell you that she did XYZ? I was like, oh wow. I said, yeah, actually I did. I did tell her that. And then she said, what did LB tell you that she did something else? I don't remember what it was. There was something else. And I said, what? No, I didn't. What? I don't remember what it was, but she said that I encouraged something. Oh, maybe that I encouraged that mod to be an admin on that hate channel essentially. And when the mod came in the mod chat that day and said, "Hey, I was asked to be an admin for this group that exposes Katie. What do y'all think?" I said, "Whatever. You're grown. I don't tell you what to do. If you want to be a part of that, if that's what you want to do, go do it. I don't care. I'm not your mom." She was older than me. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, I don't care. Go do it if you want to. Um, so she took that as me encouraging her or telling her to do so. So she's like, well, did she tell you that she told me or she encouraged me to be an admin in that hate group? I had nothing to do with that. I don't even think I was a part of that group. Um, and I said, no, I didn't. I didn't tell you to or encourage you to. And I don't think me saying, like, sure, you're grown. If you want to, do it. I'm not going to tell you not to. I don't think that's me encouraging or telling somebody. Anyways, I was like, what? No, I didn't. And Katie says, you know what? I'm calling you. I'm calling you because this person had also been a moderator for Katie. The person was a mod for Katie. Um, Katie blocked her, and then she come over to me, and I ended up modding her. I don't know, maybe a month later. But when she come to me, she was so nice, and she had stuck. She had taken up for me when Katie called me out initially for the very first time. She was a mod for Katie. When Katie dogged me out the very first time, that mod said, Katie, you got it wrong. That's not what LB did. LB did not attack Janelle's brother. She didn't say those things. Katie booted her. So I appreciated that even though she was a mod for that channel, she stuck up for me. So I ended up modding her like a month later. This is 5-6 months down the line. I don't know. So Katie had her phone number, and she was saying all these things in the chat, and I was just blown away because I'm like, yeah, we just, she just stepped away as a mod, but we were friends. And I literally, the last thing I told her was, you can come back as a mod if you ever decide to. I had no ill will towards her. So the fact that, well, I'm on a live with Katie, and she just starts throwing these things out. Did LB tell you about this? Did LB tell you about that? Did LB tell you this? Did LB tell? I was like blown away that she was coming, like attacking me this way. So when Katie said, you know what? What's a name I can call her? You know what? Meredith. You know what, Meredith? I'm calling you. Get on the phone with us. If you got something to say, let's hear it. I did not stop Katie. I didn't say, no, Katie, don't call her. I didn't know what to do. I did look shocked when Katie said she was going to call her. I was just like, oh, God, this is not going to be good. But a part of me did feel like, if you got the balls to sit in this chat, knowing you're here with a malicious intent and say all these things to attack me, then yeah, why don't you come up on panel? And let's hear it. Let's me and you have the discussion. I did not decide to call her. I wasn't going to call her. I was definitely blindsided by Katie saying it. But But I didn't say, no, Katie, stop, which is where everybody got upset with me. You should have told her not to. I'm sorry, Katie's grown. You know what I'm saying? And I've always that's always been my stance when it's come to my subs, that are friend that I've gotten a close relationship with, my moderators, when they're like, do you care if I do XYZ? I'm like, you're grown. I don't feel right telling you what to do just because I have a YouTube channel. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't say to not call her, but Katie called her. There was no answer. Yeah, Erica Lee said, I was on that live and your face was full of shock, as was mine. There's still clips of that out there.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh God. But the person didn't answer, and that's what it was. After that, there were streams made where there was just that clip shown of me saying, I did not encourage you. And then she played like the clip of where she said, hey, I'm being offered an admin position, in that group, the hate group for Katie. Are you okay with that? Where I said, I don't care. You're grown. Do what you want to do. Where it's like, see, she did encourage me. It's so squeaky, but it's okay. Lower it down, baby. So all kind of thing, like they went on,
just the light right there.
That's the light. They went on other channels, panels to talk about me. I mean, it was crazy. And they started a whole channel. This one mod started a whole channel, like, to expose me and Katie.
82.
No, it's not on 82. It was literally on like 67. See, and this mod literally went through our mod chat and got anything that she could to kind of twist out of context. There was this one time where Flossie was like really mad over something. I don't remember. All right, I think it was that situation where the mods were like coming at me, and Flossie like sent an audio where she was just like, you know what, I don't care, blah 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 blah, and she was going off. And they put that on a video to make Flossie look like she was some sort of bully.
We could probably go on all night, like, about all the things that went on. I mean, it was just tons of messy stuff. I mean, just they said all kind of stuff about our family. I mean, it was terrible. Like, it was just one thing after another, right?
What's so crazy is about a month after all of this, the one that I was super close with, emailed me and apologized. She said, I'm so sorry. Yes, I was a part of that chat. I wished I would have told the truth, but I just didn't want to hurt your feelings. And I could have understood that. And I did understand it. So when she emailed me apologizing, I thought, I miss my friend. I'm glad she reached out. So I told the other mods, I said, y'all, Emmy reached out and apologized, and I'm going to email her back. And then I was told, hold up, before you email her back, I think you should know something. And I said, what? And I was told by one of the mods, so Emmy told us that Sean abuses you. And I was like, what? And they're like, yeah, so Emmy told all of the other mods months ago that you and Sean have a lot of problems and that he abuses you. And I was like, oh my God. I'm like, me and Sean has gotten to some arguments. Yes, we're not perfect. Even though, when you guys see us on here, it's when we're getting along great.
We've been through hard times.
We've been through hell.
We've been married for, what?
14 years.
14 years. We've been through some hard times. I mean, I've left and got an apartment at one time. She left one time and got a house. So, like, our marriage ain't been perfect, but we've been through hard times. But we stuck it out, and it's better than ever now.
Yeah. Like,
seriously, I mean, right now is I feel like we're just figuring out how to make things work. And, I've struggled with PTSD since Iraq, since I was, since 2006, and then I made another deployment to Afghanistan that she stuck with me by. I mean, she stuck by me, and, she's been there for me through a lot of stuff that most people wouldn't deal with, probably, honestly. Like, that was none of her fault. So our marriage has had some really rough moments, but no abuse. You
No
know what I'm
abuse.
saying? Like maybe I'm sure there was times that I guess we got in a bad argument or something when we were younger, and you could say that it was like verbal abuse or something. But we've learned from that and like gotten better from that.
Mm-hmm.
And
We're in counseling. I mean,
we're in counseling. Like, oh,
sometimes I tell my Discord, like, hey, we're in counseling, we'll be out later. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, like I'm in counseling from through the VA, and she goes to it with me, and it's like a marriage deal. Sometimes it's just me. So like she has wrote it out through some tough times, and a lot of it was me, but it wasn't abusing anybody. You know what I'm saying?
But when I was told that, I was literally about to email her back and be like, thank you. I've been hurting. Knowing that someone that I cared about so much for and I got so close to, lied to me the way that you did. And here's the thing. This was my team. This was my YouTube team. I needed to be able to trust them. And I told them, when I was asking them if there's another group, I told them, I said, listen, I don't care if there is another group and I don't even want to know what's in it. But I do want to feel like I can trust you guys because y'all are my team. So if I'm asking you guys something and y'all lie to me, that's going to make me feel like I can't trust y'all. I don't want to know what's in it. I don't want to know what y'all are saying. I don't care. I only want to know if there is one and if y'all can be honest with me. And they weren't honest with me. There were two that was honest with me. Flossie wasn't in it. The other two were honest with me and they stayed. And I mean, the other three did everything that they could to try to go at, I mean, they did everything that they could to try to, they called my job at the radio. One of them literally called my job at the radio and told my boss
she
that
worked morning radio sometimes. They wanted her to do it all the time.
All the time.
But she couldn't because I was working.
And I had to be there so early.
At Louisiana Cat, and it was so.
Don't give too much away, I mean, my God.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you don't work there anymore, but
yeah. I don't work there anymore. They laid us all off. Every job I had, crashed.
And the thing is there was someone on Twitter defending me because they were going at me so hardcore. For my birthday one year, they sent me a freaking card, like saying like, you need to be honest with your followers. Remember, Jesus forgives. It was like, this year you should be honest with your followers. Here's to a new year. I mean, they called my job, and there were people, they were going at me on Twitter. I made a post. It was so crazy. It was right after school started, and I walked in one of my kids' schools, and there was this thing that says the person responsible for your actions is this person right here, and there was a mirror. And I thought that was so cool because, teaching our kids that you're the only one responsible for your actions and for yourself. So I took a screenshot of it and I put it on my Twitter, and literally the ex-mods, people that they had gotten to become friends with, some of Cate's followers all flocked to that tweet. Twitter is outside of YouTube, is one of the nastiest places. I wouldn't even have a Twitter if it went for my channel. No, Sherry's not blocked. She's just quiet.
But here, this should tell everybody something though. Like, they called her job and talked to the man that owned the radio station, right? He's the boss there. He's the whatever producer or whatever. I don't know. He owns the radio station. He's the one that wanted her to work, And it's an old man that just, he loved her to death, and nothing they said like deterred that dude. I mean, like nobody,
because he knows me.
Nobody that knows her personally would believe any of this stuff about her, and stuff that's said so freely as if it's a fact and as if they know her. I mean, they just twist everything, which is so aggravating. But I've come to terms with it. Like,
she's not talking. That's why.
It used to really piss me off, and like, man, there were times I'm like, I'm getting fired up, and I'm like, I'm finna buy me a plane ticket. You know what I'm saying? But I've just come to terms with it. I guess I don't know. She's struggling with it
because my channel is being attacked. That's why I'm struggling with it. If they were just saying things about me, whatever. But it's the lies that's convincing people that I'm not a good person, that I've scammed people,
Yeah,
that
like
I've run fraudulent fundraisers. That's what irritates me. I'm going to continue with the story and then I'm going to switch over to that. But so people, these vultures, these terrible people. I made this post about a billboard in my kid's school saying the person that's responsible for your actions is you, because I thought it was such a cool thing in their school. It's still up to this day, and this was 2019. And all these people that hate me because they're my ex-mods or they're friends with my ex-mods, they come and they're making all these nasty comments under that post. And I'm just like, oh my God. So there were some people that came to defend me. There were several people that came to defend me. Well, one of my ex-mods took a screenshot of one of those comments defending me and sent it. It was either to me or to Matt, one of us, and said, if y'all don't get this girl to shut up, we'll call the radio station. We'll message Matt's ex-girlfriend. We'll do all these things, you know. It didn't come to me because I remember I was like, what? I think it went to Matt. They're like, we'll message whatever her name is, and we'll tell her how you was telling us about y'all's date and telling us what she was saying. But it wasn't in a way, it wasn't like the way she was going to make it out if she contacted her. She had already found the girl's Facebook account, and she took a picture of the girl's Facebook account to let Matt know that she knew who she was and could get in touch with her if need be.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah. And so you know, like Matt sent it to me. So I immediately
they tried to send me messages on Facebook
to tell me that I was having an affair with Matt, my mod.
Yeah.
And Matt don't even live anywhere around here. I've never seen him in person.
Yeah.
But there used to be a running joke that Matt wanted to drink my bath water.
It was a joke.
It was a joke.
I knew about it. Like,
yeah.
Like, we got a thing, like, I can pick her phone up at any time and look
at it. I don't care.
I know her passwords. She could pick my phone up at any time, you know, and she knows all my passwords. Like, we don't have
nothing to hide from each other.
She tells me everything, even when we aren't getting along. She tells me everything. I tell her everything. Like, that's kind of like the way we, you know, operate to keep things running smoothly, you know. And I already knew about all this stuff. And
it was a joke. They're like,
Messenger.
Matt's obsessed with Leslie. He wants to drink her bath water. Like, literally, they literally said, he wants to drink her bath water. You need to be careful.
Yeah.
What? So, go ahead.
He might be obsessed with you. I don't know. I mean, I would be. I am. So, I don't blame anybody else for being obsessed with you.
Yeah. Apparently, I'm some spoiled, obsessed, narcissistic brat that thinks that everybody's obsessed with me, which is literally the craziest thing for anybody to say about me. But anyways, when Matt sent it to me like the next day, and they literally told me if I didn't stop the people from defending me, they were going to do all these things. Call my boss, reach out to Matt's ex, la-di-da-di. And I'm like, I can't stop these people from defending me. I'm not going to. Why would I? You guys are literally coming at me so hard on Twitter that I can't even look at it because it's too upsetting at the things that you guys are saying about me. My daughter got brought up. I mean, all kind of things, you know. It was literally so the next day I reach out to my boss and I said, hey, you may get a call or somebody might call you about me and tell you God knows what, because some of my mods left. And there was a little bit of contention there, and apparently they're trying to start some trouble. And he said, yep, they already called. This was literally the next day after they threatened. I said, oh, wow, they did? Yep, sure did. I said, well, what did they say? Oh, basically just said that you don't know the real Leslie, that she's a fake and a phony, and she's going to screw you over. And I said, what did you say? I said, all right, well, note taken or something like that, or noted, thank you. And I hung up and then said, effing bitch. He's like, I can't, and this man is literally in his 60s. He runs 2 radio stations. I mean, he's wealthy.
All kind of businesses.
All kind of businesses. He literally said, I can't believe that these people or this person thought that they could call me and tell me something about you when I've met you and worked alongside of you for a year, and they've never met you in person. And
Right,
they've known you how long? And I'm like, yeah, like 4 or 5 months.
If she wanted a job at that radio, she could get one right now. I mean,
yes, I could get a job at any place that I've ever worked. More almost.
Oh
Um, the radio, I could call him right now, and he would tell me to come on. World Finance. When I left World Finance twice, and both times they said, if you want to come back, you can. Harbor Loans, I left with a good, and they same thing. If you want to come back, you can. The only place I couldn't go back to, Stein's, my very first job. I was 17. Maybe I could go back there, but they probably don't remember me.
Sure
yeah, they probably rehire me, but it's not going to be saying like when I quit there. I don't think they said, "Hey, if you want to come back, you can." I was going, and when I quit there, it was because it was the end of my junior year, and I wanted to just kind of have my one last summer before my senior year. And then I got pregnant that summer. Maybe I should have kept the job. No, I'm just kidding. But anyways, yeah, they say things about this perfect little Southern Christian girl. I live in Louisiana. I've never put that on me. I've never. I mean, I've jokingly said before that I look better than Cate. I mean, but that was kind of as a joke.
Joking around.
Yeah.
Like you have a personality. Like you're not evil, vindictive. You're like she's not evil, vindictive. She doesn't attack people for no reason. She doesn't really attack anybody. But if you come at her enough, then of course she's gonna. I mean, anybody's gonna. If you come at somebody enough, anybody's gonna like try to defend herself. And like real quick, I want to say this because I don't want to sit through.
I'm not gonna go through the whole thing.
It bothers me listening to all this shit. I really get it, like, because I don't want to relive all this stuff, but I want to say like here recently something was put out, and you can finish your story after this, but that she's like a spoiled brat or whatever, and bro, people don't have a freaking clue where she has come from, where either one of us have come from. I'm telling you right now, we come from nothing.
We were poor. My parents were poor.
Yeah,
I was the youngest. All of my shit was hand me down. I mean,
and people like to talk about they were poor when they were kids. Like I've heard a lot of people say that, and I don't want to take it away from a lot of people. I'm sure a lot of people were poor, but when I say like she was poor, and we were poor when I was young, we weren't poor when I was a teenager. We didn't have money, but and I think y'all were doing a little bit better when you become a teenager.
What Mama got with?
Yeah, but literally, as little kids, like
we were poor. We went without
both
power.
of us.
We went without power. It's
both of us were poor as hell. I mean, about as poor as it can be in the United States. Like I know my family had food donated to them by a church. We didn't have. There was a man that let us stay in a single wide trailer, had holes in the floor, and half the time he didn't make us pay our rent. My dad had issues back then. He would disappear for weeks on end. He's a great man now, one of the best men I know. But my mom, they had 5 kids. My mama was at home a lot of times, trying to feed us, trying to take care of us. She couldn't work. We had one vehicle. I mean, we had vehicles get repoed. We didn't have no air conditioning. We didn't have no heat. We had a chimney, and a box fan, and 4 boys. We all slept in the same bed as a kid. You walk in our room, and her very, very similar. She come from an upbringing very similar to mine, and to say that she's spoiled, like, no, that's bullshit. We worked for everything we had. Ain't nobody ever gave us nothing. Like we give our kids stuff, and we try to give our kids everything that we never had. Like all our money goes into giving our kids, a nice dress for a dance, or a vehicle, or putting them in driver's ed, or buying our kids toys and them having a great Christmas. Like we have dedicated our lives to that. But we come from nothing. Nobody gave us a car. We both worked and bought our first car.
Yep.
Nothing. Nobody gave nothing. And for people to come at her and say she's a spoiled brat, bro, she come from a hard ass childhood, one that most people in America that never touch, especially somebody that some little upper middle class white dude, with a chip on his shoulder who lives in his mama's basement still. Don't have a
And
fucking,
guess what? I got pregnant at 17. You know what I did? I raised my kids.
don't have
I
a clue.
raised my
Yeah.
kids. I finished school early, and he wants to comment on my education and how I ain't got no education or whatever the heck he's saying about my education. And he wants to comment on that. I literally graduated. I got pregnant the summer before my senior year. When I found out, I had family members saying, "You got to quit because you got to take care of your baby." And I said, "I'm not quitting." And they're like, "Well, you're not due until March." I was actually due in April. They're like, "You're not due until April. You can't go to school." And I said, "I will finish school early. I will finish school before I have my baby."
Yeah.
And they said, "If you can do it, do it." I said, "I will do it." And I finished school December 2004. And I walked in my graduation May 2005 with my child there. And I got a job afterwards. Uni, where's your damn kids at?
But yeah, that's better than some people. I mean, I'm not gonna call people out by names. I'm not gonna go off on everything that people have told us and information people have.
I got information.
Yeah, but we don't want to go down that route. But I'm just saying, people don't have a clue where we come from, and like you can talk about education, whatever. I dropped out of high school, joined the army to go to Iraq. You know what I'm saying? I went to that was what I pursued, and then I went to school. 2 years ago, and got
and he was picked on for that. People on the internet that hated me
when I got laid off,
picked on the fact that he went back to school. Like, what's a 30-something-year-old man going back to school for? What? To better himself. Like, what do you mean? He's laid off. The world shut down. It's COVID.
Yeah.
He's doing something better than most people, sitting around twiddling their daggone thumbs, typing a post about a man going back to school.
Yeah, I would go back to school right now if I could. I would go to school and learn as much as I possibly could. I mean, I got a degree, and it's not a degree. I went to coding boot camp. It was like a 10-month boot camp that taught me how to design websites and code, and taught me a lot about computers. One of the reasons why I took that was to help her for her YouTube channel, because I didn't know nothing about YouTube. All I'd ever done is toted the M16 and trip pipe as a roughneck in the oil field, and I made good money doing it, I didn't make good money when I was in the army, but working for the oil field. But you don't want to depend
on the oil field.
Yeah,
and just keep happening.
The oil field shuts down every time, election swings a certain way. Oil field's down, and that was my job. That was a lot of people's job in Louisiana. You couldn't find a job when the oil field crashed, because everybody in Louisiana is trying to find a job. And
you got people that worked in the oil field as an assistant driller working at the dollar store.
Yeah.
Because they couldn't find a job.
But, like, for anybody to say that either one of us are spoiled brats, like, man, that's just unreal. Like, they don't know anything about us. And I'm not going to go on about how hard her life was. I can tell you, both of us, her life was harder than mine. She had a lot of things happen to her as a kid. I had a lot of things happen to me as a kid. And we didn't come from, no middle-class parents that let us live in their basement. We come from parents that told us, look, when you get old enough, you're going to
get out of the house.
You're going to get out of the house.
You're going to do something with yourself.
Yeah, you're going to do something with yourself. You're going to work. You're going to take care of your kids. We're not going to take care of your kids for you. And
my mama told me at 17, I didn't have her.
Yeah, that's what she did. When I married her, when I got with her, she was single with 2 kids, working a job, getting them kids ready, taking them to 2 different places in the morning, and she was making it happen. And that was one of the reasons why I was so attracted to her. She didn't have a pot to piss in. She had a vehicle, and she had 2 kids that had clothes on her back, and she had a place to stay, and she was making it happen. She was a manager at a finance company, and,
According to Uni, I was never a manager. I was a secretary, probably.
No, I mean, but she was a manager, and
I did manage.
Yeah.
By the time I was 20, I was a manager.
And then, when she went back, didn't they hire you on as a manager when you went back?
Yep.
Yeah, she went back at one time, and so we've come like it just blows me away.
That's the thing is I quit because I
For
didn't want to work the long hours. I went to a bank to be a 8 to 5, and then I quit the bank like a week or two in and went back to the job I just quit 2 weeks prior and got hired right back on as a manager.
for a spoiled little whiny
Sure.
brat who lives off his mama, can't is not a productive
Member of
citizen,
society.
member of society at all whatsoever. I could go on about a lot of stuff about this dude, but I'm not going to, just because that's not who I am, but for him to say that she's a spoiled brat and she's conceited and she thinks everybody wants her, no, that's the exact opposite of who she is, dude. This woman is by far one of the nicest people I've ever met. Can't tell people, has a problem telling people no. People take advantage of her. She lives for her kids. She is the most selfless person when it comes to her kids. I mean, and if I walked out of the door today, and I said no, not paying any child support, I'm going to do whatever the hell I want to do, and I'm leaving you with 6 kids to your own. I guarantee you, she would not miss a beat. She would work her ass off, do everything she had to do. These kids would go to every event that they wanted to go to. They would have every damn thing they needed. And I mean, she would make it happen. So, and she would go without nothing. Like, you see her with some Victoria's Secret or something on, it's because I bought it for her. Because I made her buy it, Or otherwise, somebody's giving her clothes, or
I buy from Walmart or the dollar store.
Or the dollar store.
All the time, people's like, "Where'd you get that shirt from?" I'm like, "The dollar store." Like my foundations, dollar store foundation. These are my daughter's earrings. If you ever see me with something not like expensive on, he bought it for me, or it's my daughter's.
Yeah, or her and Paris. Paris fit in the same clothes, and Paris is what, 17. She's 17 years old, so of course she wants name brand clothes, nice things. Well, luckily they fit in the same stuff. So, like, we bought Paris a pair of Air Force Ones
for Christmas,
and she didn't like them, which she was not a spoiled brat about it. She didn't like them for a particular reason, which was fine.
Because I liked them, and now they're mine.
Yeah, I mean, it honestly might have been that. It very well could have been because you liked them. Paris let you take them over,
Yeah,
and
I loved them.
that's how she got the shoes, the Air Force Ones that she had. She had a lot of shoes. That's the most expensive pair, probably.
Yeah.
We bought
I
them for
got
our
some
daughter.
black Vans that Flossie got for herself that were too little.
Yeah, she gave you that.
Yeah.
I bought you a bunch
my
of
mom
those
got me a pair for
wasn't it
Christmas.
Bobs?
Bobs, yeah.
Yeah, you liked those for a while. So, like, I would go to work and come home and stop at a store and buy you a pair of Bobs sometimes. Or, like, man, she don't do nothing for herself, so I do it for her a lot of times. And it just pisses me off to see people lying about her and attacking her character when they don't know. They don't know. They don't have a clue, and it's the exact opposite. And especially when it's coming from somebody who is a very entitled little whiny piece of shit. You know what I'm saying? He comes across as such an entitled, whiny.
He really is
little
entitled.
punk.
It's
like
projection.
Years old,
It's
and he lives
he's in his 40s.
I think, did he move out and get his own place
I
yet?
think he
mean,
lives
I
in
don't
like
know.
his
Who
girlfriend's
knows?
mom's basement, from my understanding.
Who knows
But
where
he
lives,
didn't,
but it's pathetic.
and I hate to comment on children because I don't like when people comment on mine. And this is nothing against his children, but he don't raise his.
Yeah, bro.
His brother did. His brother and his mother did.
Automatically, that right there, I ain't got much for somebody who don't raise his
Like,
kids.
how can you comment on me and?
But I'm not gonna go off about that because I'm just gonna leave that alone.
And here's the thing: a lot of people saying like, "Why do you care? Why do you care?" I don't really care that much. It's the attacks, and I gotta listen to it because people come and tell me, people say, oh, and then he's lying on my character, which could hurt my business. And he's saying, I'm reporting her channel. I'm going to try to take her channel down. And then he sends his people to my comment section, and he sends his people to report my followers, and he sends his people to message my followers.
Yeah, like one of her mods is getting messages talking about she's a terrible person.
Not just one of my mods, two of them
or
are.
Two of them.
They know not to message the other ones because the other ones know better.
Yeah,
but my new two mods are getting messages. Like
and they're saying that she's a terrible person. She's gonna scam them. So that's the problem. Like, really, I don't care about the dude, but. And I don't really care what he says, because like I told her the other day, it's like Screech talking crap about Zach and
Kelly.
Like from Saved
by the
Bell.
He said that, I thought that's so funny.
And like it's like he's such a non-factor, but it's the other things, I don't go and watch his crap because I can't stand his voice, but when I search, when she's on a live and I'm like trying to find her video and I search Elle Bee, I see his stupid ass thumbnails with her having like tears coming out of her eyes, and it says something about her, and I'm like, wow, dude, like really? Like, she's not doing anything but putting out YouTube content. Like, she's ignored your little dumbass for I don't know how long. Why do you keep on? And it's obvious why he keeps on. But anyway, I'm done, man. I ain't gonna sit in here because I won't be able to go to sleep. I'll get riled up, and I'll be up all damn night.
But the thing is when I first met, I never met Uni Rock.
Good night, y'all.
The way that okay, baby. The way that I got to know who he was he was some YouTuber that debunked things. I don't know. But when me and Cate were on the outs, the mod that hates Cate so much said, "Hey, you should talk to this guy named Steve." Cate really screwed Steve over. Cate accused Steve of SA. Cate accused Steve of committing medical fraud. But Steve has a different audience. Steve wants to tell everybody all the terrible things that Cate did to him, but he don't have her audience, and you do. Maybe you should talk to him. So I said, okay, yeah, wow, she did all those things I know, right? I'm like, wow, the things that I've known for her to do, lying to her followers, trying to sell audio of someone being abused to profit off of it while telling her audience she's not profiting off of it when she don't even own it, so therefore she really can't sell it. And I knew all these things about her, and I knew she was just bad news. And then I hear that there's this other creator that she falsely accused all these things of. So I'm like, okay, yeah, I'll talk to him. So I talked to Steve the first time on the phone for like an hour and a half, and he told me all these things, and I was like, wow, crap, that's crazy. And he's like, so we should do a stream together. And I'm like, yeah, sure. I'm going to tell people about what I know about her, and then you can tell people what you know about her, and just to kind of warn people, look, if they still want to watch her, that's on them. I had planned on maybe like a video or two to explain, and then that was it, and move on with my life from Cate. Hold on, you guys. Hello. Hey. Okay, babe. Love you, bye. So, anyways, yeah, Steve somehow pulled Cate into this. I mean, not Steve, Steve pulled Uni Rock into this, and Steve wanted Uni Rock to basically prove that the issues between like me and Cate, like Cate was at fault. The issues between Steve and Cate was at fault. Basically, I didn't pull Uni Rock into this. I didn't know the man. I'd never heard of him before. I never heard of him before, right? I didn't ask him to come defend me. I didn't ask him to look at what she said and look at what I said and figure out who was right here. Because I don't know this man. Why do I care what this man says about who is right? Even if he says I'm right, I don't know you enough for it to matter if you said I was right. You know what I was saying? You know what I'm saying? So I did not pull him into this. Steve did. And then Steve me, oh, there's this creator that has a channel and he does XYZ and he's going to do an expose and prove that we're in the right and Katie's in the wrong, la da 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 da, whatever. Okay. And Uni Rock did do a video, like, so I've looked at all the evidence and Cate is a troll. I've seen proof of Cate admitting that she's a troll. There's literally this video out there saying, yeah, Uni and Steve were friends. That's the thing. Steve pulled Uni into this. And Uni literally does a video saying, so I've looked at all the evidence and I've tried to reach out to Cate. She keeps blocking me, but Cate is at fault. Cate is a troll. I've seen proof of her having psych accounts. I've seen proof of her saying that she's a troll. I've seen proof of her accusing Steve of medical fraud. She's provided me no proof that he SA'd her, la da 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 da, whatever. So Uni Rock literally admitted, that he's seen Cate for who she was, and he was on Steve's side, and he's seen that she called for a mass flagging of my channel, and he's seen how the next day, that night, my channel was down. Was it that night? Yeah, that night my channel was down. And he's like, she called for a mass flagging of Elle Bee and Steve, and now Elle Bee's channel is down. He acknowledged all those things, right? Like 2 nights later, Steve and Uni are on a stream together, and Uni's talking. It's on Uni's channel, and Uni says something that's not entirely correct or something, and Steve tries to correct him, and Uni's like, no, hold on, and Steve's like, no, but I'm telling you, and Uni Rock like mutes Steve or something, and Steve gets mad, and Uni Rock kicks him, or Steve leaves. I don't know which one it was, but Steve immediately takes to Twitter to say, like, oh, I'm correcting what Uni said. Uni is not saying what really happened, la-di-da-di-da. They're literally on a stream together. And Steve gets mad because he's trying to correct Uni Rock, and Uni won't let him. He's like, hold on, I'm not done. And he, like, mutes him. And then, like, he leaves or boots him. And, like I said, Steve immediately goes to Twitter. And when I'm watching this, you guys, and when the people say, well, Steve's on Twitter saying XYZ, Uni Rock flips. Oh, really? Well, you know what, Steve? Blah, 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 blah. And then he starts talking about me. And I've never even had a conversation with this man. Then he starts saying, tell Elle Bee to do this and tell Elle Bee to do that and la da 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 da. And I'm like, I don't know this man from Adam. What do I owe him anything? I didn't bring him into this to help me prove a darn thing. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, wow. What's crazy is earlier that day, Uni Rock messaged me and said, hey, this is Uni Rock. I want to ask you some questions. Call me on my office phone. That was before I found out he lived in a basement. So I messaged him and said, okay, listen, my husband just got home. Let me talk to him for a little bit. Because when Sean would get home from work, I would like to sit with him for an hour while he took a bath and we would talk or whatever, So I'm like, let me talk to him and, I'll reach out to you later. No response back. And then that night, he just goes off on me. From that point on, y'all, I lose my channel goes down. At first, he defends me. Then, when him and Steve bust up, he flips on me. He starts saying that I faked an email. I think he even said that maybe I was lying about my channel going down. I had to prove that my channel really was down. I had to, try to go online to show people, no, look, my channel is down. He said that I faked an email. At the time, all I had was a phone. This was before I didn't have a studio. I didn't have a setup. I had borrowed Flossie's laptop for some time, but I don't even know if I had her laptop at that time. Because you guys imagine trying to fake an email on your cell phone? I mean, it's probably possible, but you know what I'm saying? He accused me of faking an email, lying about my channel going down. He accused me of lying about why my channel went down. He immediately went on the attack of me because him and Steve, when I did nothing to this man. Can you imagine being a 40-year-old man, and because you and another 50-year-old man get into it, you start attacking this girl that you don't even know, just because this girl is associated with the guy that you now hate? So now you're attacking this girl. And he attacked me, you guys. He attacked me, okay? So he said I faked an email. He's never shown a bit of evidence for that. He can't because I didn't. So when he says, don't forget about LB faking that email, someone please ask him, oh, I didn't know you posted proof of that. Where is that? Where's the email? You know what I'm saying? Where's the proof of the email that she, um, where's the proof? Amanda, I need to know what happened. I love Elle. I love watching her. What happened? Yeah, you're visible, Amanda. Just there's this YouTuber that is literally attacking me. He is bullying me, and I'm over it. He is coming for my channel. He is sending people after my subs, and I'm done with it. I try to ignore him. I've tried to ignore him, and I try to ignore him. So I'm just over it. He tells people, yeah, he said I created an email. So when my channel went down, so Katie that morning, on Thanksgiving morning, she types up this whole community post telling people to flag my channel, to report my channel, right? Because the night before, Katie had been on Instagram lying her butt off on me. So Katie's smart. I do have to give it to her. Because you know what she did? Rather than Katie using YouTube to attack me, she always did it on Instagram, right? And then she would delete the lives. Well, she was on Instagram talking mad smack about me. So I went on my YouTube channel and responded, and I was irritated. I was mad. It was one of the very few times that I lost myself. And I was like, you are a liar. You are no good. You lie to your followers. You should be ashamed of yourself. I'm just kind of going at it because she lied on not only me, but my sister as well. And my sister's son was in the hospital, and my sister was going through a lot. And it just really sent fire through me. So the next day, Katie makes a post telling people to flag the video. She also reaches out to her moderators saying, do you guys got trolls that can mass flag for me? And her moderators are like, oh, yeah, no, I don't know how to do that. You know what I'm saying? So anyways, I go to Thanksgiving that night. My channel is shut down. I try to go live, can't go live. Good night, Crime Sleuth. And I will email you, I promise. I'm going to email you tonight. So it is against terms of service to encourage a mass flag. Yes. The thing is you can report, the bad people all day long, and YouTube turns a blind eye. More than likely, I'll be the channel that gets terminated. That's what I worry about. I literally feel like I'm going to be the channel that gets terminated. While channels like Cate and Uni Rock, they stay on and they bully people. You know what I'm saying? How fair is that? It was so intense back then. Yeah, it definitely was. I do have a backup channel. I do. I'll link it. But anyways, that night my channel is down. Down. I get turned invisible for I don't know what I've done to others. So that was a Thursday night. I had went Black Friday shopping with my mom, and then Friday, me and my mom and my daughter left and went on a little vacation that my mom did for me for Christmas. It was my Christmas present. She was taking me to Arkansas. Dustin Butler. I like my Legion's appearance of support. I love your videos. Thank you, Dustin. Dustin, you have been with me for a while now. I appreciate you so much. So, my channel is down. Her mods actually reach out to me and show me the emails, the messages where she messaged them saying, you guys got trolls that can mass flag. I already have the community post where she, asked her people to come. You didn't stream you didn't stream reality TV in full on YouTube. No, I did, but that's not why I went down. So back then, one of the things that my channel would do on what nights does Teen Mom come on? I think back then it was Monday nights. I would sit my vanity in front of my TV. So like how this wall is back here, I would have my TV back here. And we would watch the episodes. And during the commercial, I would turn the volume down and I would get back in front of the TV and I would talk about what just happened in that segment of the show. And then when the show would come back on, I would turn back around and I would stop during bits of it and talk and give commentary on it. I got nothing more than a community, what's it called? Not a community. I got copyright claims. Those are different. A claim is different. A claim doesn't hurt your channel. So, and here's the thing. So if Viacom got me, they would block it. So basically I couldn't play it. So usually anytime I did Teen Mom, Viacom would block it. But if I did like Jersey Shore, I think Jersey Shore and Teen Mom was like the only two that I really did. But Jersey Shore, I never got blocked. All of those were claims, and creators know this. Like, creators understand these things. So when Uni Rock told people, and Cate told people that my channel went down over me streaming the show, no, it didn't. Uni Rock even showed 3 of my videos that had been blocked by Viacom and said, see, she's got 3 videos that were blocked. No. I mean, yeah, they were blocked, but they were not copyright strikes. They were copyright claims, and that is different. When you get a copyright claim, they can either allow you to keep it on your channel. They can allow you to keep it on your channel, and they take your revenue from it. So say on the night that I play Jersey Shore, Jersey Shore, because that's what the Jersey Shore people did. They would leave it on my channel, but they would take the money from it. So say I played Jersey Shore and I made $20 off of it. It went to, the Jersey Shore. If they, my channel went down the exact same day, hours later, that Cate instructed people to flag it. So if I showed Teen Mom, Viacom would just block it. So it didn't show at all. So once I did the video and they blocked it, it was just blocked. You couldn't click on it and watch it. And it would say blocked. But that was not a strike. Those were still claims. They were still claims. And here's the thing. If you get 3 copyright strikes, your channel's terminated. And they know that. So Uni showed 3 videos that had been blocked. I had more than 3. I mean, anytime I showed Teen Mom, usually Viacom would block it. But you got claims. And claims don't hurt your channel. They don't hurt your channel. Your channel's not going to get taken down over a claim. Even if it's blocked or not, it's not going to. 3 strikes, you're out. So Uni tried to say that my channel had 3 copyright strikes, and he showed those blocked videos. But if I had 3 copyright strikes and I was down for that, I would have been terminated, not suspended. I was on a suspension. I was not completely terminated. I was on a suspension. So I think about a week or 2 later, I could do live streams, maybe, and then it was 3 months before I could upload, or vice versa. So from what I can remember, there was one thing that I couldn't do, and I don't upload. I couldn't do it for 3 months. Live stream, a week or 2. I don't really remember because I didn't even try to for a while. So anyways, he starts telling people, and the thing is Cate and Uni Rock knew that by showing those 3 videos, they knew that wasn't true, because they knew if I would have got 3 strikes, I would have been terminated. My channel would have been taken down completely, not suspended. They both knew that. Cate knew it because I got plenty of videos of her afterwards. Okay, so I couldn't go live for 3 months, but I could upload. Okay, I knew it was one of the ways. So anyways, what was I saying? Oh, I got videos of Cate saying, just like weeks later, when Janelle struck her, saying, if she would have struck me 3 times, my channel would have been terminated. I've heard Uni Rock say 3 strikes and you're out. When Huxley's adopted mom, when all that happened with Huxley, Cate was covering her, but like Cate always does, Cate takes things too far, and people always gets mad. But Huxley's mom, or adopted mom, struck Cate, and she tried to strike Cate 4 times, but only 2 out of the 4, the attempted 4, worked. Yeah, I had blocks, not strikes. And blocks don't make your channel go down at all. So when that happened to Cate, Katie showed like the emails about how they tried to strike her 4 times, but it was only 2 times. And she was like, if they would have struck me 4 times, my channel would be terminated. So that's the thing that ticks me off. The Uni Rock and Katie both knew. They both knew that I didn't get 3 copyright strikes, because if I would have, my channel would have went down for good. It would have been terminated. They knew that, but they lied to the people to turn people against me. And people did. People went against me so bad and came after me to where I couldn't even get online. I couldn't even get online. I was getting attacked through emails. I was getting attacked on my Facebook page. People were leaving comments under my daughter. Your mama's a backstabber. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was wild. It got to the point where I couldn't handle it. And I was emotionally not well. This was also during the time where my ex mods were going on other channels and like lying on me and talking crap about me. And then I had these 2 creators telling people that I was lying. Katie's not the reason her channel went down. It's because she streamed the TV shows. No, she's lying to you guys. All the while, they were lying to you guys. So people turned on me. So I had to back away. I had to back away. This was literally, um, I understand, mama of 3. Go to bed, girl, if you need to. I get it. I'm tired too. I need to get off soon. But I got stuff I want to say, and I'm tired of it. Um, so mind you, this is, Thanksgiving, the weekend after Thanksgiving, um, and then December 3rd, my nephew passes away. December 3rd, 2019, my nephew passes away. My whole family is broken. My nephew is 2.5 years old. He was born very prematurely. He is blind. He's deaf. He's got cerebral palsy, um, several health conditions, and he was in the hospital for 2 weeks before he passed away. Do you think Uni Rock stopped attacking me? Do you guys think Uni Rock stopped attacking the girl that just lost her 2.5-year-old nephew? He didn't. He didn't. He continued to attack me. And then these screenshots came out where it appeared that Katie said good in reference to my nephew passing away. Somebody allegedly messaged Katie and said, hey, did you hear about, Leslie's nephew passing away? And she said, really good. Maybe, Leslie and her sister will leave me alone now. And I don't know if these messages was a conversation between Katie. I don't know. I've stood up to say that. I don't know. If I was such a mean, vindictive person, I would sit here and be like, oh yeah, I think it was Katie, just because I don't like her. But I can't do that because I really don't know if that was a message, if that was a conversation that really happened with Katie. But do you guys think that Uni would do that for me? If Uni heard something about me, he would say I did it. He would say I did it. And then if anybody gave him reason to doubt it, he wouldn't say, well, y'all, I don't know it. I don't know. I don't know if I believe that. No, he would continue saying I did it. People want to talk about how much she's such a liar. Guess what? When the Nat stuff happened in the Tati lawsuit with Katie, as much as I dislike Katie, but when Nat happened, I was the first creator that said, or actually I think PJ was, but I was the first or second creator that said y'all. And y'all, everybody, Nat come out making these wild accusations against Katie, where people was like, oh my God, Katie, drove me to attempt suicide. Katie, all these things. Nat said the craziest things, accused Katie of the craziest things, and everybody was so mad at Katie. How dare, literally people was changing their Twitter thing to I stand with Nat. You know what I'm saying? I stand with Nat. Right? And it made Katie look so bad. And I said, I did a live stream and I said, y'all, I don't think Nat's telling the truth here. Some of these screenshots of conversations between her and Katie, they look distorted. They look fake. I've been in the editing game through my channel and making thumbnails and pictures and adjusting. And, I think they could potentially be fake. So, I actually was the first or second one to say. So if I just hated Katie and had so much disdain for Katie and I was such a terrible person, I wouldn't have stood up to say, yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I think Nat could be lying. Come to find out, Nat was lying. Also, whenever I started feeling like, these, and the reason why I started questioning if that was really a conversation that Katie had with someone was because the woman that brought it to my attention, I caught her in a few lies. I did. I caught her in a few lies. And I thought, wow, if she's lying about this, could she be lying about, these screenshots? And things started not making sense with the screenshots. It went from uh, when it first came out, I didn't have a copy of the screenshot, so we made a transcript of the screenshot, and Steve sent the transcript around to people, and I'm like, but you sent me the screenshot, so how did you? It was really weird. So I literally stood up to say, I don't think Katie said this because the person that's giving me this information has like changed your story. Y'all, people were so mad at Katie when they found out about this screenshot that she said good in reference to a 2.5-year-old baby passing away. You know what I'm saying? People were so mad. I could have left people so mad at her. I could have left people thinking that she said this. But instead, I popped up and said, y'all, I don't know. I don't know if I believe them. I just don't. I don't know, and I don't want Katie to be blamed for something that she didn't do. And you know what? That makes me a way better person than Uni Rock. Because I don't want someone blamed for something that they didn't do. But he does. He wants to blame me for things that he knows I didn't do. He knows I didn't do these things, and he's blaming me for them. And that makes him a terrible person. A terrible person. But no, y'all, after my nephew passed away, no. They didn't leave me alone. They didn't ease up on me. He went even harder. It got to the point where me and Flossie couldn't even open YouTube. I remember having a discussion with Flossie one day on the phone, and I'm crying, and she's upset, and she said, I can't even open YouTube. And I said, I can't either. Every time I do, Uni Rock or Katie or some other channel is talking about these screenshots and talking so bad about me. I can't either. You know? So I left. I left for a while. I said, I am, my channel is down. That should tell you that if somebody will go after somebody who at this point I had never done anything to Uni Rock. I had done nothing to Uni Rock. I just was associated with somebody that he disliked all of a sudden. So he's going after me, accusing me of faking things, accusing me of lying about things. And then when my nephew passes away, he riles it up even more. Even more. He profited off of those screenshots. Uni Rock made money off of the screenshots concerning my nephew. No, Maddie, no, not at all. Not, it wouldn't offend me. What kind of person does that? Um, so anyways, I took a break. I took a hiatus. I said, my channel's down and I'm not going to go on anybody else's channel. And I can't even open YouTube at this time because people are attacking me. I got arrested. You guys know all about that. I got arrested. Um, Falsely arrested. It was dismissed when the DA seen the evidence. He dismissed it, and then I sued them. And I won a lawsuit. I won a settlement. Um, but when I got arrested, Katie blasted that. Somehow really early on. She knew really early on. Uni Rock latched onto that like there was no tomorrow. I got arrested exactly 3 weeks after my nephew passed away. Gave him even more ammunition. And I'm over here almost suicidal at that point, y'all. And not just because of them, but at the time of everything that I was going through. My channel is down. It was a way to help provide for my family because my husband was laid off. My nephew passed away, and I've been arrested falsely, unjustly. It's an embarrassment to myself and the small community that I live in. I'm worried that my kids are going to be embarrassed. And I got this little dipshit. I'm sorry. I got this little turd on YouTube coming after me. And I've done nothing to him. At this point, I haven't even said anything back to him about all that he has said to me and said about me. Nothing. I've said nothing up at this point, And I made a post because the internet was just going crazy about my arrest. and I said something along the lines of it's unfair that you can be arrested and put in jail. Um, um, and the police can't prove that you really broke the law or something along those lines or whatever. Katie somehow read that. Um, Katie somehow read that, and that's another thing. I've never done anything to nonsense. I hopped in Nonsense's channel one time, was nice. She was nice to me, and even said, "I don't have a problem with Kate with. Like I call myself Katie. I don't have a problem with Elle Bee. What? Well, why? Why would I get in there? You. But now when I'm not watching, you say these nasty things about me. Which I'm not worried about nonsense if because I don't really pay attention to her. Unless she calls for people to strike my channel or to report my channel, I don't have a problem. Whatever. If you want to criticize me, whatever. I don't really pay any attention to her. But the thing is Chalk had been in there. She's mad because I said Bond died. I apologize. That's literally what I heard, and I covered his story. So yes, I had some false information. I fixed it. If people are perfect, congratulations. Okay. I guess she's never made a mistake. You know? Um, so, my daughter, we had put, chalk in a Ziploc bag and it was on my husband's workbench outside when he was working on the car. My daughter would be out there kind of helping him and she left the bag in the car. It ended up in the middle console. Thank you again, Dustin. Thank you so much. Um, but they said I ran from them. I didn't. I pulled over as soon as I seen them. They said that I had drugs in the car. It was a empty bag that had previously had chalk in it. They still pick on me in Uni Rock's chat. They they still pick on me in Uni Rock's chat. Yeah, the chalk. Like what? What? What do you mean? You think I'm lying? I mean that I sued the police department and the sheriff's office. I sued them. I got a settlement. They didn't pay me for no reason. And they still try to act like I lied about that. Like they still try to act like I lied about it. You know? Um so I was arrested. I made this post on my private Facebook account. Katie got a hold of it somehow and she went over it mocking me, talking all kind of crap like she knew what was even going on and half of what she said was not right, you know? Um cuz they used a roadside test kit and they scraped any little bit of residue out of that sandwich bag to see if it was drugs. And it came back negative, but they lied and said it was a positive. But they did tell me, they said, we're going to send it to a lab and it'll get a better result. So I knew. I was like, there's no way that's going to come back that it's drugs. I don't do drugs. So when she read that, um, thank you, Jennifer. Thank you so much. Hey, we've been following you since the first channel. It's my first comment because I watch you off my TV. Right now, I'm listening to love. Thank you so much, Jennifer. Thank you. Um, so on my post, I said something along the lines of like, they use these kits that aren't even accurate. They use these $2 kits. Don't worry, I'm not going to say anything I can't say. They use these $2 kits that aren't even accurate, and then they have to send it off to the lab to even be sure. But in the meantime, you go to jail without them knowing for sure if you even have drugs. Um, and Katie's like, that's not how it happens. Those roadside kits are always right. If they say you had drugs, then you had drugs. I mean, yes, they send it to a lab, but it's only to confirm what they already know. I'm sorry, darling. Do your research because that's not true. Those kits are $2, and about 80% of the time they get it wrong. About 80% of the time they get it wrong. You can put sugar in those things and it will come back that it's freaking cocaine about 60% of the daggum time. There's literally all kind of articles out about it, about how they're so wrong. There's most states and counties and towns won't even use them. I don't know. Sherry's not. Sherry's watching. Sherry's fine. Um, it's so weird. Um, Literally, there's places that don't use them at all, and there's places that they use them, but they only give you a ticket. So if it comes back positive, they write you a ticket for a court date, and by the time you go to court, the lab results have come back, and then if it's positive for something, you get in trouble. But that's not what happened here, and that's what I was saying should have happened. They should do something like that. So Katie, Miss Know It All, though, that's not how it is, Leslie. Those kits are accurate. You know what I'm saying? Like, what? And people's like, oh, I knew she was on drugs. She talks so fast. Listen, my grandpa talks fast. Okay? This is like a thing that runs in our family. My grandpa is a speed talker. I talk fast. It is what it is. The more irritated I am, the faster I speak. It's just what it is. I have healthy hair. I've got healthy skin. I'm very consistent in my parenting and my work. You guys never see me on here like this. And if you did, it was just because I was exhausted. But still, I'm never on here slurring my words or passing out. I'm never on here turning up the bottle. Or actually, one time, y'all guys want to know something that's so crazy? One time, I was doing a live stream and I had a broken tooth back here. I had a broken tooth, right? And food would get into it. So I was on the live and Sean had brought me toast and I had eaten the toast. Well, I turned the screen off because I had food, and this is kind of gross. But when food would kind of get lodged in there, I would just go and just kind of get it out. Whatever. So I was on a live stream one night and I ate the toast and a piece got lodged up in that broken tooth. So I just went and I got it out, and the screen was black at the time. And they literally clipped it and said I was snorting something. Said that I was snorting something. And I'm like, oh my God. When the results came back, I went and did a hair follicle test, my own, myself. I paid for it $260. I think a 10 panel drug test, including cocaine, because that's what they charged me with. I didn't have to do that. Oh no, he brings toast, shrimp, whatever. Most of the time, shrimp. Nowadays, it's kind of mushrooms, which I would wish he would bring me some shrimp lately. It's been a while since I had some shrimp. Um, but anyways, I forgot what I was saying. You can store Fruit Loops. I feel like that person has a web page open. It's just copying and pasting. Maybe so. It might be a troll. Who knows? I don't know. But anyways, yeah, they accused me of like the craziest things after the arrest. So I got arrested on the weekend, right? That Monday morning, I called and made an appointment at any labs in the city to go get a hair follicle test, and they said, okay, come on such and such date, which was like 6 days away, or I don't know, like the next Monday or something, maybe that Friday, I don't know. So I went and got the hair follicle test. When the results come back, I posted them because I'm like, here, see, told y'all, nothing, I passed. You know what they said? They said, well, why did she wait to do it 6 or 7 days after she was arrested? Well, first off, nitwit, because I got arrested on a weekend. I had to call Monday morning to make it, and I had to go when they told me to come. It wasn't a walk in. I wasn't going to just walk in when it's an hour and 45 minutes away from me. You know what I'm saying? Also, Katie told people that I probably sent my daughter's hair in. That's not how it works. You can't just send your daughter's hair in. So, anyways, I mean, that's the thing. I could have been. What's those spray things when you got like a stuffy nose? What are those things? Like those? You're like, you know what I'm saying? My son has to do those because he gets a stuffy nose all the time, and he's got he gets prescriptions for those things. Uh, and I wasn't arrested, you guys. I was swatted. There was 4 cars. They pulled their guns out on me. They made me walk backwards with their guns pointed at me. And they threw them handcuffs on me and put me on the ground. It was not some a one cop situation. I was swatted. I have PTSD from that. I literally cannot drive with a cop behind me anymore. I freak out. I pull over and let them pass because I can't do it. I'm terrified of cops. So that whole thing, they just continued. They just continued. They just continued. Finally, when I came back in about February, they had eased up a bit. And the reason why is because I just done away with it. I just said, you know what? I'm taking a break. I'm not posting anywhere. I'm just going to kind of stay away until I come back in February. So that's what I did. And thankfully, they got tired of talking about me after, I don't know, I mean, all of December, all of January. By February 25th, they had finally slowed down a good bit. I remember when I came back, I had this green shirt on that had a Bible scripture. And the Bible scripture was something about being, like strong enough to take it or something like that. And my moderator Matt had made me this really cool intro music that literally brought tears to my eyes when he sent it to me because it was his music, it was his original music, and it was a really good intro. And my first stream back, I just felt like, oh my God, I'm back, and I knew I was coming back with like I'm gonna show them buttholes that they're not gonna stop me. I don't care what they do, they're not gonna stop me. And everything was fine. Every once in a while, Uni Rock would pop something off and maybe do a video or two here or there about me. When Cate, got sued by Tati, I decided to cover it because I thought, well, this is kind of, the thing is that this is the reason you're getting sued, Cate, is because you don't state things as your opinion. You state things as facts, and it's hurtful things. It's things that are harmful to people. That literally, I mean, Tati probably had a mental breakdown, no lie. I mean, it literally caused Tati so much, Tati and James between them, they separated. Tati and James separated because this was too much for them to deal with, like the lawsuit between the business partner and then what was going on with Cate and all the crap that Cate was putting out. I'm putting that on Cate. In my opinion, it had a lot to do with Cate. Um, so I just felt like no commentator should hurt someone that much. Criticize someone, say you don't agree with it, try to explain why, but to just attack someone, to accuse someone of being a scammer, to accuse someone of their dad of being a mobster, to accuse someone of having their dying mother sign everything over to you and then pulling the plug on her, that's not okay. That's hurtful. That hurts people. Why would you do that? So when Tati sued her, I wanted to cover it. I thought, maybe this will be a lesson for Cate. It wasn't. Now during that, Uni did come at me again here and there, whatever, ignore him. I don't care. I don't care. There were always people, in the background questioning whether or not he was a vet, whatever. It didn't make me any if he was or not. Not a big deal. It was brought to my attention a few times, like, hey, Uni posted this like certificate, like from being in the military, but it has a different name on it, and the birthday would make him in his 60s or something along the lines of that. And I was like, whoa, that's weird. Like it was like the name was like James, and the last name was like uh, Burns or Kearns or something crazy. I don't know. But he was like trying to pass it off as his or something crazy, and the name looked like it had been whited out on one part of it. That was brought to my attention one time, and then when he showed his VA card or something. I remember someone that had been a really good close friend of mine at the time called me and was like, hey, did you see the vet card that Uni's trying to say is his? There is no way that's legit. And now this person supports Uni, ironically. The person that contacted me and said that Uni was trying to pass off a fake veterans card is now a supporter of Uni's. All because, you guys, this is the reason why, they didn't want me covering a certain topic. And I was like, no, I want to cover that. I really want to cover it. My following seems interested in it. And they're like, no, you're going to lose followers. And I'm like, no, I'm not. Anytime I cover it, I get a good feedback. I get good views. I gain subscribers. I'm seeing my analytics. I'm telling you guys, people like it when I cover this topic. No, I'm telling you, I'm talking to people in the background. They don't like you doing it. They're going to unsubscribe if you, some of your longtime followers are going to unsubscribe if you continue talking about this. I said, well, I only talk about it, maybe once a week, once every 2 weeks. If my longtime subscribers are going to unsubscribe for me over a video that I may do once a week or once every 2 weeks when something new comes out on it, it was a lawsuit, another lawsuit that Katie was involved in. I said, if they can't just sit those out because they're not interested in it, then they already have a problem with me anyways, right? If you guys looked on my channel and you guys saw that I was covering something that you knew nothing about, would you say, or that you weren't interested in? If you just weren't interested in it, or you knew, would you be like, oh, I'm unsubscribing from her. I don't like that topic. I'm going to unsubscribe. Right? You wouldn't unsubscribe for me just because I'm covering a topic that you don't like, that you don't want to listen to. You would sit those out and you would continue listening. So basically, that's kind of, I was like, well, if they're going to unsubscribe for me just because they don't want me talking about, Katie's lawsuit with Todd Chrisley, then that there's something, I don't know. I feel like they already have an issue with me or something. So they continue trying to tell me, and it was in the mod chat. And then when some of my other mods came in there and seen the way these mods have been talking to me, one of the other mods said, listen, Elle appreciates everyone's opinion. You guys know that she appreciates everybody's opinion, and she respects that everybody has an opinion. But there isn't any room to get rude towards Elle just because you don't want her to cover a certain topic. Because I was covering Todd's lawsuit against Katie, and there was three other followers. First off, one of the followers wanted me to cover it, or one of my mods wanted me to cover it. One of the three that all of a sudden didn't want me to cover it. She wanted me to cover it. She thought it was hilarious. And then all of a sudden, when this other one didn't want me to cover it, then the other two kind of jumped on board for some weird reason. So those three tried to talk me out of it, tried to convince me that it was going to hurt my channel. No matter what I told them, they wouldn't listen. And then they would be very like condescending to me when we would talk about the topic. And then one time I did a live stream about it. I did a live about Todd because he had said something new about, Katie. And I know, right, Cheryl T? If you don't want to watch it, just don't watch it, I would be A-okay with that. And I tell people all the time, like, if this is a topic you don't want to listen to, feel free to sit it out. That's okay. So anyways, I did a live stream about like a new podcast that Todd did where he went off on Katie, and I covered the podcast. And I got off, and I hadn't been off long, and that moderator said, anybody that follows Todd Chrisley suing Katie is an idiot. No, Katie is not related to the Chrisleys. And that hurt my feelings because I thought, I just covered that. I just did a video about it. Like, that's kind of, so there was a lot of condescending comments to me because I wouldn't say, okay, I'm not covering that. You guys don't want me to cover it, I'm not covering it. And then there was one of the mods that made that comment. So when my other two mods came in later and saw those comments, they were kind of upset about it. They were like, wow, they are being so condescending to you. And they're, so one of the mods very respectfully said, y'all know Elle respects everybody's opinion. And she's always been grateful for our opinions. It doesn't mean that she has to do what we want, but she is okay with us having that opinion. But let's not be rude. Girl, when that one mod said, let's not be rude, the other mod that for some reason hated Todd Chrisley was like, you need to get off your high horse, blah, 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 and just cursing, and it just craziness. And mods have turned on me because I made amends with Katie, and then months later go to Katie and say, here's our mod chat where Leslie was saying XYZ about you. In a chat with people that I thought were my friends. Yeah, we talked about Katie. They did more than anybody. That one did more than anybody. But then she literally left me as a mod because she couldn't stand the fact that I made amends with Katie. But then months later ran to Katie to give over her own little selected sections of the mod chat. Not all the things that she said. Like, really? Concerning these mods, I've just tried to kind of like, they went on the attack with me. They called my jobs. They have, made sock accounts to come into my chat, to throw it off, to say all these nasty things. Um, and I just try to ignore it. Try to ignore it. Uni Rock, during the Tati suit, because I covered it, he came at me again a little bit. I said nothing. Uni Rock, um, during the Todd Chrisley and Katie thing, I covered it. He came at me again. I really didn't say anything. I mean, Uni Rock did so many videos about me and so many streams and made money off my deceased nephew, the screenshots related to him, made money off my arrest without knowing the facts, and I just ignored it for the longest. I never even mentioned his name for the longest. You know what I'm saying? Um, I don't even remember when I finally stood up to say anything. I mean, probably this year. Probably this year was like the first time I ever stood up to like call you. I think it was. I think it was this year. Um, it was during the Marvin situation because he started saying that I was a part of some scamming situation that I'm not. Um, so, anyways, yeah. Ironically enough, like publicly, I don't think I ever said anything about Uni being a vet, whether like before recently. Like I said, that one person who was a friend of mine and a mod contacted me. Oh, you got to see this card. Uni Rock's wearing a hat. La da 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 da. You know, you can't wear a hat. La da 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 da. Whatever. I looked at it. I'm like, yeah, I don't know. Um, Sean was like, I think you can if it's a card for your veteran, if it's your VA card, I think you can wear a hat maybe, but not your military ID because you have to be in like your ACU, you know. Um, right now I kind of am because I've been attacked. People are threatening my job. You must be new here, but normally I'm not. I'm not broken. I'm irritated because people like to lie and attack, and literally it makes no sense. So yeah, I mean, you can leave, you can stay. I don't. You probably don't. You must not. You must be brand spanking new here because I never get on my channel and really put my heart out there like I am tonight. But it's for a reason. I have prayed for Katie more than you guys even know. I've prayed for Uni Rock. I've prayed for myself to be given some sort of peace with him over there doing what he's doing. You know what I'm saying? Um, I've literally prayed for Katie. Most people wouldn't. A lot of people wouldn't, but I have. I've prayed for my ex mods. I mean, still, do you guys know how upsetting it was? Do you guys know how upsetting it was for the people that you thought were your friends that you shared stories with about your life, your kids, for them to run to Katie and nitpick out of a mod chat certain things and give them and let them give her a context that wasn't even accurate when you thought these people were your friends, and the only reason y'all quit being friends is because they didn't want you covering a certain topic, and they become really like nasty to me because I did not cave to their ways and say, okay, yeah, I'm not going to cover that. I tried to explain to them several times why I wasn't going to, why I wanted to cover these things, why I was going to continue to cover it. They just wouldn't let up, continue to be passively aggressive towards me over the topic. Uh, we're not going to be in this stream tonight if you're going to talk about that. And I would say, okay, I understand. If I said, hey, I'm going live, I'm talking about Ty, Chris, and Katie, no, we can't make it. We don't support that. Okay, I understand. I completely understand. Please, I've always told my moderators, always, if you are too busy, sit it out. If you got something else going on, sit it out. If you can spend time with your husband or your boyfriend tonight, sit it out. If you don't like the topic, sit it out. You're not going to hurt my feelings. If I am covering a topic that you don't care about and you don't want to hear, you are more than welcome to sit it out. I've always told my mods that. To this day, y'all, when I think about, there are 3 of my moderators that I think about that to this day it hurts my heart so bad to think that they went so far. So far. it wasn't just like, okay, well, we had this disagreement. I honestly thought that day when that was that argument, like between the mods and everything happened, I thought surely in a couple days, they're gonna call me and be like, whoa, that went south quick. My bad. You know what I'm saying? Um, you know what I'm saying? I'm mad. Um, so it really started. Okay, Sean. It really started again, really bad again during the Marvin story. Um, I didn't know Molly Golightly that well. I had seen her. I had watched her sister wives, not sister wives, her wife swap. I had seen her wife swap episode back in the day because I used to love that show. Um, and I had seen some of her coverage on the Shanann Watts case. I had seen the coverage in terms of her becoming friendly with like Shanann's parents and Shanann's brother and things like that. And it seemed like she was like an advocate for the family, So I didn't know her super well, but my moderator brought this story to me, the Marvin McCray story, and I have never covered anything like that before. I'd always covered like reality television, basically. So this was so outside of the realm of what I ever covered. But my moderator brought it to me, and I was like, "Oh my goodness!" I remember listening to the audio of Marvin telling his daughters and his son that like he needs to go get help. But when he got that help, But when he got that help, he would be back and he would be okay and things would be great. You know what I'm saying? I don't know who did that. I think my mods are concerned that people are trolling because they're not saying anything else other than like certain things, and we don't know. I do get a lot of trolls. Um, yeah, reality TV is not completely reality. I do get, yeah, I know. But it was very much outside of what I normally covered. So I did my first video on Marvin, and I worked so hard for that. I took 3.5, 4 days off from covering anything else, from doing any videos to get all my information on this story. I didn't talk to anyone. Like, I had never talked to Molly up until that point. Like, before that, I did this all on my own. My moderator sent me this story, looking at this Ale. This story is so sad. This woman's a creator. Their whole lives changed in a matter of months due to this diet and blah, 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 blah. And like I said, I listened to that audio, hearing that he was a Marine, just really, my husband being a vet, dealing with PTSD. And I was like, yeah, I'm covering this. So I worked my butt off on that first video.
Want these shrimp?
Thank you, my love.
Give me a smile. All right, you got it.
Thank you, baby.
There's
You
a
are
root
the
beer.
best.
Give me another smile. You have the root beer. No, that one wasn't good. All right. Hurry up, bring your butt to bed.
Okay. I love you, babe.
Love you.
So he did. He brought me shrimp. So I do this first video, and you guys, I worked my heart into this video, and it was such a good put together video because the story had so much for anybody to really know what was going on. They needed to watch a video like this, or you were just going to be all over the place on what was happening. So I kind of put it into this timeline, and that video that I did ended up in like a freaking like news article, like a legit news article. My video and Tenda Life's video ended up in a news article, like videos to watch to learn more about this topic, right? I had several YouTubers like commending me for that video, and Molly was one of them. And she was like, "Hey, you should hit me up sometime, and we can, talk about this together." I love when creators reach out to me. I love working with other creators. I love going on other people's panels if we can get it worked out and everything. I am hard to get in touch with. I will read your message and then forget about it, or think that I responded back and then I don't. I am in the hole about 500 messages. You know what I'm saying? I cannot get to the bottom because when I respond to one, and I go into to respond to the next one, the one that I just responded to, message back for message. You know what I'm saying? And it's something I cannot catch up with. But anyways, I love, when you have a YouTube channel and it does become your job that you do depend on, to help with the family, you want to do things that are smart. You're like, so networking is smart, So I'm like, okay, Molly has a channel. I went on Wildflower's channel because she has an audience. I have an audience. The reason we work together is because we like each other's content, and for my people to be introduced to her stuff, to her content. Like, hey guys, my people that loves reality TV, guess what? There's this other creator named Wildflower T, and I'm gonna work with her and introduce you guys to her, and then they'll sub to her as well. You know what I'm saying? So it's about networking and introducing your people to the creator that you work with, so we can grow your channel. And there is not one. I highly doubt creators do a deep dive into the people that they're gonna collab with. They might watch, a few of their videos just to kind of get caught up on, this person's personality or something like that. But I'm not going back and watching every one of Molly Golightly's videos to make sure she hasn't said something back 2 years ago that would offend me. You know what I'm saying? I took her off Wife Swap, where she defended Princess, and her coverage that I did get to see from the Shanann Watts case. And I'm like, yeah, I think she's a good channel to work with. She invited me. I was appreciative. And especially a topic like Marvon's case, I thought it would be great to be on a panel and actually be able to talk to someone about this and have everybody in the chat kind of, being a part of this conversation. So, uh, I'm not deleting anything. I'm not deleting anything. Like, my mods are being cautious because we do have trolls, unfortunately. Connie, it's your comments? I'm not seeing your comments, Connie. Um, I see someone else. Okay, here's one a while back. Um, but I'm not seeing like a bunch of your comments deleted. It was just one. Here's the thing, people can be Christians, but they're not perfect. And that's why we need Jesus. One of the reasons why we need Jesus. I pray for the people that I have contention with and the people that attack me almost on a daily basis. I'm very tolerable of them. But what I can't tolerate, and Jesus would not even expect me to tolerate, somebody attacking me the way that they are and trying to take from my family. Um, Jesus wants us to be forgiving, but he doesn't want us to be, pushovers that allow people to attack us. Yes, we are to pray for people, our enemies, and I do that. I do that. But I'm not a perfect Christian, and there will be times that I may come out of character, but I usually apologize for it. Nobody on this earth is perfect. The only perfect one is Jesus. And I've never proclaimed to be perfect. That is something they put on me. I don't do that. But I joined Molly on her channel, and I thought it was really good stream. And she said it was like the second time that I was on with her. She's like, "We're gonna be on LB's channel next time," and there were so many people in the streams, and there was such an important topic, Now, it did get to where there was no more new information coming out. I had them on my channel twice, I think. I think Justin twice, and then Molly once, I believe. I went on their panel a couple times. When I started covering Marvin, I never promoted a fundraiser. I never promoted a GoFundMe. What I did do is the second time I went live, I think I was live talking about the subject, talking about what was going on, and covering the topic. And people in the chat started asking for Letitia's Cash App because they wanted to donate to her. I didn't ask them to. I didn't say, hey, can you guys donate to Miss Letitia's Cash App? They brought it up. And Candy, my moderator, messaged me and said, hey, there's some people in the stream that want to donate to Miss Letitia. Like, do you have her Cash App? And I'm like, yeah, I can get it. So I got it and I sent it. I gave it to Candy and she started posting it. From then on, we had it just to be prepared. And every live stream that I did, people would ask for it. Do you have a way that we can help? Sure, yeah. I think there was one time when her job got called. I think there was one time when her job got called. Letitia's job got called and she was scared that she was going to lose her job. And she was saying that she was going to go back. Where I did say, you guys, if y'all can, feel free to donate to her because I think like she may. God knows how long this is going to go. She could potentially lose her job now because people's calling her job, and she wants to get ready to go back to see Marvin. I think there was like one or two times I said something like that. I never said you guys have to do this. You have to send money to her, and I don't even think I ever said to do it for the lawyers. And to my knowledge, it was never donate just for lawyer funds. I always thought it was of the understanding that yes, she's getting lawyers. She'll need it for travel as well. She'll need it for food when she travels. Good night. Good night. I gotta get off too soon, but I really want to get to this stuff about Uni Rock because I'm just done. I'm done. And after Christmas, I'm actually tomorrow. I'm gonna go and talk to my local police department about getting maybe a restraining order or something like that. Yeah, Sean this is one of the things Sean likes to bring up when it comes to because I'm very much like that. Like God wants to forgive. And Sean always says, yeah, Jesus also went into the temple and flipped over the table and fashioned a whip too. So, yeah, to run off the people abusing the temple. So while God is a God of, he is a God of love, Jesus is love. He's about forgiveness. He ran into that temple real quick, flipped over the table and fashioned the whip. Uh, but I am being attacked. Here's the thing. They are trying to take my channel from me. I have 6 children. I have 6 mouths to feed, along with my husband, who is a veteran, a disabled veteran. My husband is a disabled veteran. Okay? So while I can take what they say all day long, if he wants to bash me on my looks, which he is, if he wants to bash me on my education, which he is, if he wants to call me a scammer, which he does, if he wants to lie and say that I run fraudulent fundraisers, which he does, if he wants to make jokes out of my looks, which he does, okay. But calling for people to report my channel, which could potentially get my channel taken down, I'm not standing for that. I'm not going to. I won't. I will pray for him all day long. I will. But I have to stand up and say something that what he's doing is not right. Just because we pray for them and we can forgive them for what they're doing doesn't mean we stay silent about what they're doing. I doubt Jesus would want me to stay silent about what is happening now. Who's trying to take my channel? Uni Rock has openly said that he has reported my channel and that he wants to take my channel down. I know, right? So, can we block, honestly, if people want to come in here, so y'all can come in here judging what type of Christian I am and telling me what I need to do? to be godlike, to be Christ-like. I'm defending my family, Connie. I'm defending my family. It's not about me. It's about my family. I'm kicking everyone that wants to act like I'm in the wrong for defending myself. You know what, Connie, who I highly doubt is Connie, who you're probably one of my ex moderators. That because that's what one of my ex moderators did as well. They were like, "Oh, she's such a Christian." Um, if you want to get on a channel and it becomes a way of supporting your family and people attack you and try to take that from you and you want to sit back and let that happen, you can do that all day long. I don't have to. I'll ask God for forgiveness if I ever feel like I need to. I mean, I do it all the time, but when it comes to defending myself, when it comes to defending my family, I'll ask God all day long to defend me on the things that I really to forgive me on the things that I do wrong all day long. But on the things that I don't feel that I'm doing wrong, I'm not going to ask for forgiveness. He came as a lamb for the first time, and he's coming back as a lion. He will come back for vengeance, covered in the blood of the saints that were martyred. Yes, he was bashing my looks, saying that I was a spoiled, entitled brat that thinks the whole world fawns over me. That if I walk into a room, I think everybody's fawning over me. For people to come in here and try to say you're not a good Christian if you defend yourself. Well, what does that make you? I'm sorry. For you to come in here and try to tell me that it's not Christ-like. Yeah, Jesus says turn the other cheek, but at some point enough is enough, especially when it comes for your family. Like you're coming in here basically saying I'm not a good Christian if I don't lay down and let Uni Rock attack me in every way possible and try to take my channel down. Excuse me? You do that if you want to be treated like that. Yeah, just because I have a relationship with Christ doesn't mean I can't defend myself. So exactly, people go to court, they can't defend themselves because they got to, oh, I can't defend myself. Sorry, you ran me over and, one of my children's dead because you were drunk driving, but I can't, sorry, I'm a Christian. So I'm going to forgive you. What? When Jesus returns, he's coming with a sword. Exactly. Yeah, I'm respectfully addressing what's happening. I'm not even on here acting crazy, really. And I'm talking to you guys. This is what I mean. I can't even come to my own channel and talk about this without those buttholes coming in and acting like I'm doing something wrong because I proclaim to be a Christian. Okay, if I said I was atheist, then would I be able to talk about it? You know what I'm saying? Like, what? That's all they can use against me, though. That's it. Oh, she's not a Christian because she's defending herself. What? I just reminded myself of Juliet from Siesta Key, where she was like talking to what's his name? The guy that she first dated, the Como guy, Compo, Alex. Where her and Alex are at dinner, and he like cheated on her or something, and she's like, "But you always do this to me. You just hurt me so bad." She was like steadily stuffing her face with steak. I know, right? I know, right? Give me all your money and turn the other cheek. Because that's what they're trying to do for me. They are trolls because nobody would think that just because I'm a Christian, I can't defend myself. I'm a Christian and you come from my family, you're going to see fire in me. What happened to the judge not judge not lest you be judged. Don't forget that part of the Bible. And she's going to continue to make accounts, and you're going to continue to be blocked. And I won't read what you say. I'll let somebody else block you. But this is what I'm talking about. Um, that these people are so like weird. I don't know. Like, who takes the time? Here's the thing: is I have issues with with Uni Rock or Cate, but I'm not sitting on their stream so I can judge them. I'm not making account after account after account to judge them. I'm not doing that. I'm only commenting on what they're doing to me. I mean, who in their life has all the time in the world to make account after account after account after account to go after a creator that's done nothing to you? You know what I'm saying? I didn't know days after Molly did. Molly said it first on her stream. You may have missed it. I can't help that. But I didn't know it before Molly. She literally, her and Justin both said it first. Um, so, anyways, I worked with Molly a couple times. It does get to the point where I feel like I had been hearing it. That was part of where I heard it from. I heard it on Molly's stream where she confirmed it, where she said, "Yeah, that's what she heard." Um, because I have 6 kids. That's why I would have to chop. Do I have proof of my settlement? Yeah, I do. You could probably look it up. I don't know. Um, I never said I heard it days before Molly. On my stream, I said I've been hearing it for days. Anyone mods, anyone coming in and you guys know they're just trying to be like buttholes, please take them out. And I knew Goat was one when they were asking about Sherry. I knew that. I have been hearing rumors. I have been hearing it behind the scenes. When you're a YouTuber, when you have a channel, people email you a ton of things like, "Hey, Molly said XYZ, here's a clip. Justin said XYZ, here's a clip. I'm hearing this, I'm hearing that, I'm hearing this." I'd heard it on the way to Fall Fest Thursday. I think that's when I first initially heard it. So anyways, back to the story. If people can't accept, listen, I made a mistake concerning Marvon. I apologize, but I'm not going to abandon that story because I care. If I was a butthole like Uni Rock or like how Cate does, when they make mistakes, you guys want to know what they do? They ignore it and act like it never happened. They never comment on it. They never say, "I'm sorry." They never say, "I made a mistake and I take that on myself 1,000%." They never say those things. No, instead, they act like it never happened. I can take responsibility and say, "Hey, that happened." My proof of my settlement is my Range Rover sitting in my driveway. I'm not going to show you guys paperwork. I don't have to. Um, it was dismissed. The DA watched it. Um, the DA looked at all the evidence. I had a hair follicle test that I had no drugs in my system. Um, Thank you, Pat. Thank you so much. So anyways, I mean, Uni Rock just started coming. Once Molly and Cate started having their back and forth, like Cate and Uni Rock tried to accuse me of having something to do with that, which I had nothing to do with that. When me and Molly first started communicating, I had nothing, like, I knew that her and Cate was having this issue, but I didn't reach out to Molly. It wasn't like, "Oh, Molly and Cate's having an issue. Let me reach out to Molly." Molly reached out to me first. She commented on my video, my first initial video, and said, "Hey, hit me up. I like the video. Hit me up. We should work together or something." Something along those lines. And I think her and Cate may have been having the issues at the time, but Uni Rock twisted it, saying that I ran to Molly just because Molly and Cate were having problems. That's not what happened. That's not what happened. Molly was one of the other people covering the topic. So she asked me to reach out to her. So I did. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I did. Um, uh, Uni Rock just started coming full force, full force, full force. Um, um, I know who is behind this. Like, I know the people who's behind spamming my chat, reaching out to my subscribers, flagging my subscribers. I know who's behind it. I'm not an idiot. And I'm tired of it. I'm tired of it. If my channel gets taken down, I am going to sue. I promise you that. Because people are flagging me or something like that. And I am. Anytime I see someone violating TOS, I am going to can you guys get that? I'm going to report them. And I've spoken to YouTube on Twitter. I've spoken to them different ways. I'm going to speak to the DA tomorrow. If I have to contact my lawyer, I will. Like I'm over it. And I am going to do everything in my power to have it set up to where if he goes through any third party and it can get back to him, then it will be his crap as well. Do I need to ask for Elle Bee's birth certificate to prove her name is really Elle? And can I call the channel by that name? No, it's called Trust. They don't trust me because they've been brainwashed by Uni Rock, who literally, didn't raise his kids, who literally lived in his mom's basement for a while and then his girlfriend's basement, who literally has nothing going on for him. What proof has he ever shown for anything that he says? He's been, literally half of YouTube, 99% of YouTube that knows Uni Rock laughs at him. Laughs at him. That's why, honestly, I don't care what the man says. What I care about is that he's trying to take my channel, and my channel is literally under attack. You guys, my mods are getting messages telling people that telling them that I'm a scammer, and I'm like, okay, where's the proof? Where's your proof? Send your proof. Send your proof I'm a scammer. Send it. Send it. When have I ever scammed people? I've done the opposite. I've helped people. I don't scam people. Where's the proof? I don't care how much you hate someone, to lie on them to that degree, to say that let me tell you guys, let me show you guys this. Let me show you guys this. Let me see if I can find it. May have already torn it out. Jeez, where is it? Y'all see this? Look at this. This is times 232, 344. I'm gonna go over this. 232, 344, 611, 633, 741, 1008, 1022, 1043, 1147, 12, 1222, 1236, 1449, 1518, 1534, 1504, 1613 to 714, 525. I guess that one was backwards. 806 to 2454, 26 to 2612, 2701, 28, 3019. 44, 24, 44, 43, 44, 55, 44, 46, 23, 47, 46, 48, 05, 48, 58, 50, 18, 50, 46, 51, 19, 51, 46, 50, 51, 51, 51, 52, 24, 52, 29, 52, 36. Pull up to my yard, you'll get a surprise. I can promise you that. 52, 36, 52, 57, 53, 21, 53, 26, 55, 56, 59, 59, 01, 59, 08, 59, 58, 1 hour 04, 1 hour 15, 121, 130. I'm now at the 1 hour mark. 1 hour 38, 101, 16, 10. Does this not tell y'all how pathetic they are? What they're doing right now? What they're doing right now. Does that not tell y'all what they're doing right now? The fact that they are making account after account after account to come in here to spam me this way. Does that not tell y'all how utterly pathetic they are? Hello? Hello? Hey. Huh? Yeah. Okay, I love you. Bye. The thing is they're too much of a turd, and they would never get on here with their real name. It wouldn't happen. They would never get on here with their real name and say how they really feel because they're too much of chicken poop. I can get on here, my whole face, my whole name, and tell you guys how I feel about anybody if I wanted to. I'm not gonna go in to Uni Rock. I've went in Uni Rock stream before as me. I went in Nonsense stream as me. I'm not gonna drop in somebody's stream under somebody else to tell them how I feel about them because I'm not a wuss like they are. But this shows you, and this is all from Uni Rock's people. I can tell you that. That's where it's coming from. The things that they're saying to my moderators, my new moderators are getting messages. Some of my longtime subs are being reported. 101.39, 103.50, 106.59, 107.05, 107.10, 107.18, 107.48, 111.50, 112.28, 112.41, 113.21, 113.40, 114.49, 115.02, 115.28, 116.01, 116.08, 130.136, 132.18, 133.46. At the hour and 34-minute mark and 10 seconds, Unirock accuses me of grooming my audience. We talk about reality television most of the time. I've done 2 videos about true crime. And I'm somehow grooming people when talking about sister wives? And Quentin, a 20-month-old boy that's missing? A baby that's missing? I can assure you, accusing someone of grooming someone is defamation. Right? It's a violation of TOS to accuse another creator of grooming someone. 135.08, 135.14, 135.20, 135.32, 135.38, 135.46, 135.52, 135.57, 136.05, 136.57, 137.47, 137.39, 138.30, 138.43 to 139.14, 139.37 to 143.15, 143.44 to 144.52, 145 to 140, 145.47 to 145.53, 147.01 to 147.24, 150.22 to 151.58, compared me to a murderer and a robber. I went through the transcript because I couldn't take listening to his voice because I got to get timestamps, you see. So YouTube tells you if someone's bullying you, you need to report it. But in order to report it, you need the timestamps. So that means I got to risk my mental health to go to Uni's videos to read the transcripts about what this man is saying about me. This is one stream. This is one stream. This is the most recent stream that he did about me, and I'm not even done. I stopped at the 2-hour mark. 153.42, 157.05, 159.48, 202.18, 203.21. Oh, at the 202.18, he talks about my education or lack thereof. 203.21, 204.48, 205.34, looks. 207.37, he calls me a narcissist. He also took a tweet that I put, and then I stopped at the 2-hour and 7-minute mark. And this is how many times he said my name. My name. My name. I stopped at 2 hours. This stream went on. When I looked at it, it said I was like halfway through the stream. And I said, I can't take it anymore. I was in tears reading these. And I don't care how much I don't care about Uni Rock and what his thoughts matter to me. It was just when you hear somebody, say, compare you to a murderer, a robber, talk about your looks, say that you're peddling false info, that you're a scammer, and talk about a fake email, talk about your education, that you're a spoiled, entitled brat that thinks everyone fawns over you, that gets difficult. And Uni Rock, you are the type of people that drives people to commit suicide. I mean, it's not going to happen to me. You're not going to, but I'm just saying, it's people like him. It's people that I've done nothing to this man. The one thing I done to him was I questioned something. Uni Rock, a retired cop, he wished. He's not a retired cop. When did he wished? He might say that he is, but he's not. That's one stream. I made a tweet a while back, not even a while back, the other day, and I have him blocked on Twitter. I have this man blocked on Twitter. But I heard today that he has Navy stalking my Twitter and reporting back to him. I don't know. I don't know if that's true, but that's what I was told today. And maybe so. But I thought Navy maybe had a little bit of sense. But Navy was even saying things about me that I'm like, what does Navy not verify these things? Like, let me read you guys my Twitter post. And the way that he lied about it and twisted it, and then his people in the Discord was telling him, she can't do that. That's against the law. I didn't say that I did do that. I said one thing I don't think people realize. Okay, that's not it. Fun fact. At the age of 20, I was promoted to manager of a finance company. A part of my job was to find people that skipped out on their payments. My detective skills are pretty good. On 2 different occasions, we were the victims of identity theft. Both cases, I found out who stole our identity. Not only that, but in one case, I was able to find the names, the man's name, address, phone number, and his mother's number. I was able to turn both of the guys in for identity theft. So when need be, I can do some pretty good detective work. Now, the reason I brought up the fact that I was a manager at a finance company is because that's kind of what gave me a little bit of a boost in, understanding how to locate people. I never said that I used the resources at my Oh, she used Pacer to pull people's information that stole their identity. I did not say that. I wasn't even working as a manager anymore. I wasn't working at all. And then people's like, why wouldn't she just report the people and let them do their job? Whoever stole her identity, why not just report them to the police and let them do their job? Well, one time, let me tell you guys what I did, but it was a Saturday morning. We were an hour and a half away in a hotel, and my husband had just come home from Iraq. I mean, Afghanistan. He had just come home from Afghanistan, and the very next morning, yeah, he knew I wasn't working there. That's the thing, is they twist things that I say knowing their lies. But my husband had just come home. I picked him up from the airport that day. We stayed in the city. We stayed in a hotel. The next morning, Sean went to Walmart to buy some things. He'd been gone for 6 months. The card don't work. All of our money's gone. Somebody stole all of our money. We called the bank. We're able to find out where the purchase went to. And while Sean's on the phone with the bank trying to get this money back and arguing back and forth, I'm doing my detective work, trying to figure out where it went. We didn't even have the money to pay for our hotel or gas to get back home because all of our money was gone. So no, I didn't immediately go to the police. The second time, I was at Sean's cousin's house, and it was during the evening that I saw it. So I immediately started digging to see if I could find any information, and I did. Yes, I turned it over to the police. Of course I did. But guess what? The guy didn't even live in this state. Both times he lived in a completely different state. I don't even know if anything was ever even done about it. He lived in a completely different state. I turned it in. We got our money back. But yes, I went to the police, but that didn't mean that I couldn't try to figure out who did it. What was I going to do? Oh, here, police, our money was stolen. Who did it? I don't know. So I figured out who did it. Do I stream B? What? So I never said, the reason I brought up the fact that I worked at the finance company is because one of my jobs was to be a skip tracer. So what I was saying is, if need be, if I really need to figure out if somebody did something they claim they did, but yet they show no proof of it, or if they're really the person they're saying that they are, I could possibly figure things out. You know what I'm saying? Then they took that as it was a post about Vaughn. I'm sorry, but I didn't I didn't treat Vaughn like a skip, like someone that skipped out on a bill. I knew that Vaughn was either in the hospital, home health, or Dre's house, or he had passed away. It was one of those four things. And home health and hospital wasn't going to tell me anything. Neither was Dre's. I heard the rumors that he passed, so I started trying to find some solid information about if he passed, not, you know, not skip tracing this man, Um, if Marvin was one of somebody that I was looking for or trying to verify that he is who he says he is, then I would do those things, you know? But that's not what I was saying. They literally take and twist everything. Everything. So do you guys not think like, oh, Elle says we're obsessed with her. Elle says we're obsessed with her. I'm sorry, but literally one week you did 6 videos with my name in the title about me in one week. At this point, you've probably done 30 videos about me or more in the past few months. In the past few months, there's God knows. And in a matter of literally, in a matter of 2 hours, he said my name and spoke about me. And honestly, there were times where I just did this because I didn't even want to keep looking. So I probably don't even have all of them, all the times that he said my name. But I sent all of those timestamps, and I told them, I said he's accusing me of grooming. He's accusing me of he's comparing me to a murderer and a robber. Saying that I've scammed people when he's showed absolutely no evidence that I've scammed not the first person because I never have, so he never could. Let's see. Where is it at? I want to count them. I didn't even count them. And if you are a part of this, and if you're somebody in his chat that is okay with a man attacking a woman about her education, her looks, calling her a spoiled narcissistic brat, comparing her, saying that I'm grooming my audience. I'm grooming my audience. How the hell do you groom your audience? How do you groom your audience? They still pick on me about my arrest and the chalk that was found in my car, saying that I was lying, just like the person that came in here earlier. Do you have any proof of a settlement? Yeah. Why the hell do I need to show you guys? Y'all know that I was arrested. Y'all know that. Am I on probation? Have I ever went to jail for anything? Nope. I showed when it got dismissed. I showed the paperwork. I showed the paperwork when it got dismissed. When I got my hair follicle drug test back, I showed it. I showed all those things. But now they want me to prove it again all of a sudden? What? Let's count these and then I'm going to get off here because I'm so irritated. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40. 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86, 87, 88, 89, 90, 91, 92, 93, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99, 100. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 121 times. And that's some that I probably missed. 121 times in 2 hours, I guess. 121 times in 2 hours. And I more than likely missed some. He'll probably watch this tomorrow and count how many times I said his name. But this is in response of him calling me a scammer for months in one stream, and that's only half of the stream. I stopped at the 2-hour mark. And when I stopped and I looked up at the little scroll bar, it was only like halfway through it looked like it still had like another big chunk left of the video. I don't even know how long the video is. I'm not even for sure. What's crazy is, you guys, I can report this for bullying. I can. And nothing ever happens. But goodness, let them report one of my followers or one of my videos, and it's going to come down. This video was 4 hours and 30 minutes long that he did about me. I stopped at the 2-hour mark, and he said my name over 100 times. Just completely attacking me. I am a woman. I'm a woman. I am a mother. I am working for my family. I don't talk about Uni Rock. I try my best not to say anything about him. I critiqued him before. When I heard him on Molly's channel. Mind you, this man had done video after video after video after video about me, saying that I was lying to the followers, that I was scamming the followers, all these things. Said that the police were about to investigate me. Well, when's that's going to happen? When is that going to happen, Uni Rock? When are they going to start their investigation? They haven't yet. Couldn't get my phone. I want them to. I would love for the police to investigate me for some wrongdoing considering Marvon. That way, when they said, oh, yeah, you're clear, you did anything wrong, I could shove it in your face and maybe sue you for it. You know? But he did video after video after video. And I finally did a video because I watched him on Molly's panel, and I watched him lose his balls on Molly's channel. How he called Molly a scammer. He called her all these things. And then he gets on panel with her. Says, oh, it must be a misunderstanding. And I'm sure you heard some things about me that probably upset you, but I don't hate you. And Justin says, why did you say that I like to have sex with dead people? I didn't say that. I think you did. Uni Rock. I think you did. He gets in front of their face and he says, oh, I didn't say that. That's not what I said. Well, I'm going to have to go back and check because I don't think that's what I said. He completely lost his balls. All those things that he had been saying many times in the past few months, he got in their face and lied. And then he said it was a tactic. Oh, yeah, I know you guys are just, because some of his people called him out for it. Like, what? You've been promising us that they were scamming us. And now you get up there with them and you tell them you know they're not scamming. You get up there with them and you tell them you know that Letitia got a lawyer, but when you've been telling us that she didn't, that they lied. But when you get up there with them, you go, no, I know. And when Goose says, I got proof that Letitia sent refunds up to $4,000, let me send it to you. No, I trust you. You don't have to send it to me. I trust you. So his people even started calling him out. They were mad at him. But when he goes back to his, oh, it was a tactic. Why do you have to use a tactic? If you're confronting someone, why not just confront them? Why do you got to use a tactic? Say, hey, this is what I think. What's your defense? This is what I think you guys are doing. Can you prove me wrong? You don't have to use a tactic. I don't have to use a tactic. If I ever get face to face with Uni Rock, I'm not going to have to use a tactic. For what? That's games. That's a game. And that's what Uni Rock should stick with, gaming. Because that's all he's about is games. But he's affecting people's real lives. And, Molly can ignore him and that's all fine. And, I think he is trying to take her channel down too. But the thing about it is, Molly doesn't need her channel. I kind of do. My husband is a veteran. He draws disability, but we have 6 children. We have one that's about to graduate. I just had to pay for her graduation packet, almost $400. Almost $400 for her graduation packet. Tomorrow, I mail out a check for my son to do driver's ed. Almost $500. Christmas is next month. Our light bill has been $700 since adding my studio. I just got a new vehicle. I got a car note. I haven't had a car note in years. Well, we paid off our bankruptcy last year. We have 6 children. It's expensive. All of our boys played football. We were traveling a lot due to football. You know what I'm saying? Like, I need this. I do. It helps. I can stay at home. I can leave and go see my grandma when she's found unresponsive and rushed by ambulance to the hospital. I can take off that day and go be with my grandma. When my grandpa dies, I don't have to have a job outside of my home, and neither does my husband. So I want to keep this. This is what I want to do. I want to build my channel. And he is messing with that. This is your livelihood. You would think Uni would understand, but he doesn't, because he doesn't have a family depending on him. He doesn't. He lives in the basement, and he can make it off the little bit of VA or whatever it is that he draws and his little PayPals. And it's so crazy that he attacks me for wanting to work for what I have, but he does beg people. If you guys send me a PayPal now, I can get my Red Bulls and Babes. Have you guys ever heard me say, please PayPal me so I can afford Red Bulls? What? I did a video not too long ago, and I said, Uni, come on my panel. Come on my channel. You can email me. Send me your number. Let's get on the phone. Let's address this. Come on. Either come on or shut up. What's that saying? Either put up or shut up or something like that. Stop it. Either get on here with me and let's see who's in the right, or let's shut up. I don't go for him. I literally questioned his vet status one time. And the reason I did that is because I never, since 2019 of knowing this man, heard that he was in a coma and was medevaced out of Iraq. I never heard that. I heard other things. So when I heard that he was medevaced out of Iraq because he was hurt, and then when I heard that, I was like, what? So yeah, I did a video critiquing him going on Molly's channel and completely losing his balls and not confronting them like he said that he would do. And then I questioned. I said, hey, has anybody ever heard this story? Because I haven't. And then he completely twisted that stream. He lied to his followers so much about that stream and how that went. He completely lied about what I said in that stream. He told his followers that I said, if you wear a cap inside, then you're not a real vet. My husband normally, literally, you guys heard Sean a while ago, I need a hat, my hair is crazy. Normally, Sean always wears a hat. He's a vet. Just because Uni wears a hat in his room that he films in on a stream, that's not what I was saying. I was not saying that because he wears a hat while he's streaming inside of a building as a civilian now, that's not what I said, but he completely twisted that. And then had everybody in his little chat picking on me. Oh my God, is she serious? You're a civilian. You're in civilian clothes. You can wear a hat. Oh my God, she's so stupid. What? It's so crazy how he twists things. I don't see how anybody watches him. I really don't. I never said that. I brought up the vet ID, how that was something that was brought to my attention one time, that people questioned him, and how there are stolen valor. There's a thing called stolen valor, and that is one of the ways that they catch them. That they follow these people, and they'll see them, walk into a store and in their military uniform, in their ACUs. You have to be in your ACU. And if you walk into a building wearing your ACU, like a store or a church, and you don't take off that hat, people will side-eye you. Other men in the military will side-eye you because they're like, oh, take off that hat, because you're supposed to. It's like a robotic movement. So that's what I was saying. That it happens. People pick up on it. That hat and his vet ID had people question him. I never said him sitting there doing his little stupid stream in his mom's basement or whatever. I never said that was a reason he's not a vet. I never said that. I don't care to talk about this man. I never want to mention him again. And I want him to never mention me again. And tomorrow I I've been starting the process on doing what I need to do through YouTube. And tomorrow I'll call my lawyer and see if she can give me any advice on getting a restraining order, or I'm going to do something. It might be after Christmas, but if I have to sue him to keep him, to shut him up, I'm going to do it because I'm tired of it. The way all those comments he made on that last stream that I had to sit. YouTube shouldn't ask for that. YouTube should not ask for timestamps because that means you got to go listen to these people bash you. And that's not good for anybody's mental health. They should say, what video? What do you think they're doing? Bullying me. Okay, we'll look it out. We'll check it out. But anyways, you guys, I'm so sorry I went this late. I'm gonna be so tired tomorrow. But yes, I am working tomorrow. Exactly. So let me get this straight. So this little pea-sized brain of his thinks it's okay for him to talk crap about you, bashing you and all, but yet you can't question a few things about him. Exactly. Yeah, today I'm done. I'm done because I'm not doing it back and forth with him. He likes for me to respond because it gets him views, because now he's gonna respond to this and he's gonna bank on people watching, and I'm not. This is a promise on my children, on everything that I love. I'm done. I'm taking the proper steps to notify YouTube, and I am contacting my lawyer. I'm going to my DA tomorrow, and I'm done. If you want to talk about, you're gonna stop saying that I'm a scammer. You're gonna stop saying that I run fraudulent fundraisers. It never happened, never, not once, neither one of those things. You're gonna stop saying that I faked an email. You're gonna stop saying that I made screenshots. Those screenshots that you're saying I made is in reference to my nephew. And you're not going to accuse me of making those. All these things, I'm done. You're going to stop saying that you're reporting my channel for bullying you. Dude, I literally have talked about you like 3 or 4 times. You've talked about me. You got literally over 30 videos about me. And that's on this channel. On the other channel that something happened to, I don't know what happened to, the initial Uni Rock channel, you had videos back then. So I'm done. I'm done, Uni Rock. If you want me to start a legal process against you, open your mouth one more time, and that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and start talking to the people that I need to talk to, and then after Christmas, because I am giving my kids a decent Christmas like I always do, first thing January, I will be starting the process, and that is on everything that I love. I'm done. I'm so sorry, you guys. I'm so sorry I got out of character. I don't want any point going forward for anybody to mention him. Let's stop talking about him. He's going to continue to report my people, I'm sure. But let's stop talking about him. I'm done. I'm done. It's a shame. How would he feel if somebody did this to his daughter? How would he feel if his daughter was just trying to earn a living, maybe made a few mistakes here and there, and maybe the people that she worked with, or maybe believing something that she shouldn't have believed, and she made a few mistakes. How would he feel if some grown man went after his daughter and spoke to her the way that he is speaking about me? Probably wouldn't care, to be honest. Anyways, you guys, I will see you guys tomorrow. I don't remember, but I do know we got some interesting things to talk about tomorrow. Some AWP stuff tomorrow we're going to talk about. I think one of the guys resigned. One of the guys is speaking out. And I'm hearing that the sister set up a GoFundMe. I'm not exactly sure, but we're going to talk about all those things tomorrow. We're not going to talk about Uni Rock, but please know, trust and believe that I'm going to be taking care of it because I'm done. So I will see you guys tomorrow. Give this video a thumbs up on your way out. I love you guys, and I will see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.